Hi, my name is Rich, and I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. I play it with friends because the enemies don't return my calls. So someone asked about that, and they just don't. They're not reliable. That's what makes them enemies. We are playing in a new anthology series that will launch this year, 2023, called MCU Sundays. Because my Saturdays are taken up with Star Wars stuff, where we play different tabletop RPGs set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's been like, I thought it was going to be fun. I did not realize it would be quite this fun. It's been great. And we have folks playing several characters from comics or inspired by MCU events. And we mix it up into a soup and tell a story together. We are in our second full session of Masks. This is the afternoon game of Masks, and it's great. They're in the Mojoverse, so if you know what that means, cool. And if you don't, that's okay. We'll bring you along. Let's quickly remind each other of the characters we have because we just made them last session. I'm going to start from the right hand side of the character keeper, heading towards the left. And Alexi's going to join us at some point. He's securing Gen Con housing, and then will join us when he's able to get through that trial and crucible of horribleness, which is frustrating to all get out because Gen Con is very popular, and this stuff fills up really quick. So I wish him the best of luck. So let's kick it off with Danielle.
Okay, I am. Hello, I am Danielle, she, her pronouns, and I am playing Betty Carter, the made up for this game alternate universe daughter of Peggy Carter and Steve Rogers, but in this timeline they were Captain Britain and the Hydra Stopper. And so she is a brain, and she has her own mech that she's built after tagging along and working on her dad's mech suit. So she has a lot of technical mastery, and she goes by the Supermarine here. And she was messing around with this and trying to kind of jump to find where her mom got sucked off to, and accidentally smashed into some kind of portal herself, and is really, really hoping that all of these portals don't have anything to do with the one that she came through. So
Nice. Now let's talk for just a moment uh, about the nemesis because I'm still a little unclear, and I want to make sure that I can better highlight that. So I see in the note it's like a cosmic phenomenon making the portals possible. It, do we see that as like a being or a force or?
well, I think that I put a question mark on making portals possible. So with the brain, you have to pick a shame,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
something that you did as a result of your tech. And among the options was a cosmic phenomenon. And I figured that whatever it is that she did, I think she was probably trying to juice up the like punching mechanism and got some like maybe tech, because I know that they were tossing around the ice thing, the thing that Loki had, that was at least back then, and that's kind of like how they jumped back and forth anyway. So I don't know if she got a hold of some of that and probably was putting it in the mech to try and juice up its punches as well, and might have like punched a hole through her reality, is kind of how I was envisioning that. But I don't really kind of know the details. You're totally free to kind of innovate however around it, but yeah, so she caused some kind of cosmic phenomenon that got her from where she was to here.
Okay, and
um
that's the shame. All right, cool, cool, cool.
yeah.
All right, that helps a lot. Thank you so much. Next up is Kay.
Yes, hi, I am Kay of the She and They Variety, and I will be playing our Quicksilver, Pietro Maximoff. And what's interesting about him is, speaking of portals, he has come sort of after the iteration of WandaVision, where Wanda has once again tried to bring her brother back, and this time accidentally plucked a teenage Pietro from the X-Men Evolution sort of cartoon is who she got. So he is playing as a reformed.
I just gotta say, the Scarlet Witch, your magic is sus. I'm just saying, it's powerful, but it's a little sus that you're like yanking into cartoons. But all right, we're happy to have you.
Real boy. We don't understand that. We're not going to think about it.
So good, so good. Excellent. Thank you so much, Kay. And last but not least, Rod.
Hi, I'm Rod, he, him, and I'm going to be playing Squirrel Girl or trying to do my best to bring the wonderful character justice as best I can. And I'm using the Beacon playbook, and hopefully I'll be a beacon of positivity to the group. So glad to be here.
Nice. As I had warned all of the players that I was going to hard frame into something new, the cliffhanger was you guys demanded to see perfect timing. This is awesome. It's just like hard frame everybody together. So good.
Hello.
Hey, Alexi, were you lucky? Did you secure some decent housing?
Yeah, not as close as some years in the past, but I got a hotel room that's a 10-minute drive from the convention center. So
God.
That'll do.
Anyway, congrats. I'm glad you got it
Thank
worked
you.
out. Cool. So let's, if you could, sorry, you got to immediately jump in, but let me share the, are you in the Keeper? I'll share the link to the Keeper.
I am in the Keeper.
Perfect. If you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm Alexi, he, him. You can follow all of my gaming endeavors online at Cloven Pine Games. And in this series of masks, I am playing Andromeda the Gladiator. So the Gladiator is a fan-made playbook from Brandon Leon Gambetta. It's a lot of fun to get to take it for a spin here. And Andromeda is from Talokan, the MCU's version of Atlantis. She's on a not actually approved leave of absence from her Talokani military duties to win glory and fame in the surface world. Yes, her actual name is Yaotla Chinol, but she chose a name from surface world classical mythology that she thought sounded cool. So Andromeda, or Anna to her friends, if you need something shorter than Andromeda. She has a very high opinion of her own prowess and power, especially defeating monsters with that vibranium trident of hers. And last we saw, she dove through a portal fighting a 6-armed lady. So we don't know what has happened to her since then.
Yep. Well, now we will find. As I warned them, I'll warn you, Alexi, with like seconds to spare. I'm hard framing you guys into a new scene. And we begin with several what looks like repurposed Doom bots. So they all look like Doom. The green cloak wearing metal mask face as there's a large group of them very roughly ushering Squirrel Girl, Betty, and even Pietro, and shoving them into a new, like a prison cell where Andromeda is laying in a pool of blood, perhaps. She's laying there and seems out of it. You guys are shoved inside, and the door is closed, and you hear an electric lock, and one of the Doom bots says, "Doom says you will stay here." The other Doom bots walk away, and this Doom bot just walks slightly out of focus. What do you do?
Pietro immediately, super fast is like kind of on Andromeda, like just a blur as he's checking over her entire body for injuries. Quick med check. You're muted, Mitch.
Dang it! Once a session, I'm going to do that thing, and I already got rid of it early. So there you go. Andromeda, you took a few conditions during the fight, and I'm just representing it with dramatic blood, but not too much blood because,
MCU.
Right.
Yeah, but she got beat up.
Yep. You got beat up, and you're not entirely sure how you ended up here, but Spiral gave a little bit of her own smack talk, and at some point you're just gonna have to get after her again, right?
Oh yeah. I have to settle the score. So am I awake at all? Am I coming
You're
to?
being woken up by a Quicksilver.
It's just like turning you and like moving you around. Like, nope, no open wound here, nothing here.
Let me at her. Where'd that 6-armed surface woman go?
Not here.
Where's here?
And it, like,
Betty's
pause.
like poking the walls and like looking around and is like, I'm not sure, but it's not New York. We spoke with and she'll just like describe the guy that we saw as the director and like recap that the director told us that our contract is we get to stay alive and we have apparently violated that. And then they put us here. So thank goodness that the portal, you're fortunate it didn't go anywhere else. You could have ended up anywhere.
Yeah, great to be imprisoned here as opposed to anywhere else.
I want to try a comfort and support move for Andromeda. Yeah, but look, just think back how much butt you kicked in the fake park with that robot and just try to bolster up your spirits and this is a prison, but look how flimsy it is. It's not going to hold us, kind of thing.
Cool. Let's see you go ahead and roll plus mundane.
I probably should have gotten the roll already.
Let me link you to it real
Thank
quick.
you.
I will grab that link and drop it into our Zoom chat right there. You're rolling plus mundane, which is a 3 for you. Oh my, you're the most mundane.
So much better than our other game where no one has a positive mundane.
Yes. Yes. And plus 3. Right, 15.
Oh, sorry, friends, that Rod's used up your boxcars for the session, but it's awesome. So on a hit, that is fantastic. However, they hear you. So you, Andromeda, you can mark potential clear a condition or shift labels if you open up to Squirrel Girl, with Pietro listening in, and of course Betty observing the walls, but close.
Yeah, I will open up. So I'll say, like, Girl of Squirrels, you are correct. We did truly kick the robotic hindquarters of that bizarre beast in the fake park, and for that we ought to pride ourselves. Whoever this director is, he'll be next. I will clear insecure.
And also, because you rolled so very well, you, Squirrel Girl, can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself. And by the way, it's the beginning of a new session, so I'm going to add one to the pool right now. You're up to a 3 in team, but you get that choice.
I don't have any conditions. Yeah, I'd like to add to the team.
Okay, now it's a team pool of 4. I didn't do a great job of setting the scene, so let me tell you that this prison, or this jail cell, is the very archetypal jail cell that you might see on, oh my gosh, I'm dating myself, you young folks, but like a Mayberry RFD or an Old West type of movie, and that there's just several bunches of bars all around and a few cots, no toilet because they wouldn't have such things in Mojo doesn't really. That's not a. There's no OSHA here. I'm just saying.
Pietro's gonna look around and be like, all right, do you guys want a minute, or do we want to just get out right now?
I think Betty would want to just quick do a scan, like do an assess. She's like, just I know you can get out, but let me see real
Yeah.
quick what we might be getting into.
Yeah, no, and you take your time, and he like waves a hand at you and like goes and like in a second is stretched out on the cot, like arms behind his back. You just call me when you're ready.
He's
Nice.
so chill. Yeah, she's just kind of like, okay. And I think she's gonna kind of like, is she still in her mech? I assume did they didn't peel her out of it and throw her in prison?
I mean, it's Mojoverse, so I imagine that you're still in the mech.
Okay.
That sounds great to me and a little
Okay.
weird, but I'm into it.
All right, so I think she'll probably like kind of stomp over and like a little screen pops out as she's kind of like scanning the scanning everything.
Mhm.
I'll get the it's an 8, so
Awesome.
I think
You get one question, I believe.
I want to ask. We kind of know what a big threat is. Maybe how best could we end this quickly? But I guess we don't really know what we want to do when we get out. Like, do we want to get information? Do we just want to get out of here? So what here? Yeah, what here is the biggest threat, I guess.
What here is the biggest threat? So you look around and use your mech's sensors and realize that this is also a setup, that there are a number of eye cameras that are watching, and obviously the plan is that you will escape and be pursued. So yeah, what's the biggest threat? Escaping is a threat in that it launches you guys straight into being chased by something? Probably Doombots.
Okay.
Also, Doombots. Victor Von Doom, enemy of the Fantastic Four, has a number of his version of life model decoys, basically androids made to look like him, just so we're all in the same phase. They have like a metallic face with these holes where you can see human eyes, little bloodshot, but the voice echoes from behind where you can't see their mouth move. That's Doombot, in case I wasn't being clear.
Okay.
In our version of the MCU, is like Dr. Doom a well-known figure? Like everyone is aware of him?
He's the king of Latveria.
Got it.
For sure. In our version of MCU, there's totally a Doom.
Beautiful.
Well, it looks like our choice is whether or not to give him a good show. I think she looks over kind of at Squirrel Girl and is like, I wonder if any of us could find out what this person wants. Clearly, we can't just foil him by cooperating, but we can certainly put on a show if somebody wanted to figure out what's really going on, I'm sure. And she kind of like looks over at Andromeda, like we could really give him what for in the meantime.
Andromeda says, so they're watching us even now?
Yeah, it looks like the scene has just changed to a breakout.
She points her, brandishes her trident at one of the like cameras that you pointed out. She says, "Six-armed woman, if you are there, I demand a rematch. Whatever underhanded skullduggery you pulled to put me into this cell, leave that aside. Let us test our mettle against each other. Warrior to warrior."
It sounds like you're provoking someone who might be susceptible to your words.
Plausibly.
And, I think you're rolling superior, yeah? Unless you've
yes.
got something different?
Let's do it. I've got a -2 on this because I am currently guilty, so this will be fun.
Oh, this sounds amazing.
Oh, right. I need to put dice in my roll. Wow. Okay, it's an 8. Wow. Even with my -2, the dice gave me a 10 on this one.
Amazing. So on a 7 to 9, the NPC can either rise to the bait and do what you want, or stumble, which gives you a +1 forward against them. Err, you gain a critical opportunity, or overreact and you gain influence over them.
Well, your call as the GM, Rich.
I know, it's so much power. It's heady, friends. I think what I'm going to go with is the Spiral hears this. We cut to Spiral in the control room with Mojo there and all the weird aliens in the control room looking at their various rounded TV set monitors of all of them looking at the prison. And Spiral opens one of her little portals. She's going to step through. She's like pulled out two of the swords and she's brandishing them. She's very fired up. And Mojo says, no. Don't be a fool. That's not good ratings. We've already seen that. And it's like 5 minutes since then. No. Something new. And she... Whatever you say, Mojo. And then we cut to a man with gray hair who is standing by Mojo, just kind of appeared looking all like butlery. And he has like his midsection, like the thing rolls up, like he has a little space in his body, and he pulls out a remote control and he hands it to Mojo. And Mojo says, yes, that's good, yes. And he starts playing with the remote. So yeah, Andromeda, your challenge is offered, and there's no answer. You succeeded, but were denied. What do you do?
Do I get something mechanically here?
That is a fair question. Do you get something mechanically? I think you see glimmers of the portal that Spiral had opened. And you know it, right? You were shoved through it. So you could just step through the other way if you so chose.
Oh boy. So I think I have to do the, still foolish but slightly smarter thing of, instead of throwing myself through the portal, throwing the trident through the portal, aiming at the remote that Mojo has in his hand.
Amazing. Awesome. You see vaguely the indentations of the people inside the control room and try to directly engage a threat. So let's see you roll plus danger, which are very dangerous.
I am quite dangerous. That I am good.
And that makes everyone else aware of the portal, because you just saw an Andromeda spear like port through it, and you see people on the other side now that veil has been broken.
Okay, that's a 9.
Ooh, okay. On a 7 to 9, you will trade blows, and on a 7 to 9, you get to pick one. And now they have to be blows, so I think we see that Mojo has hit a couple of the buttons on the remote. So the blows would be that the Doom bots are now activated and going to come after you. That would be the blows that you could avoid if you choose that option. But you have other options as well.
Interesting. Okay. So I directly engaged, and I can pick either resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. I'd like can I create an opportunity for your allies with the idea that the vibranium interacts with the portal in such a way that it it's stuck open. So now my allies can themselves go through if they so desire.
Oh gosh, yes, that's amazing. I love it.
Cool. So I have not resisted or avoided the blows, but I am trading blows with Mojo via trident flung through portal.
Awesome. We hear a number of Doom bots clomp, clomp, clomp up as you throw your spear through the portal, and they intone in their very wicked voice. Just a second here. I definitely want to maximize, as they say. Destroy Andromeda! and several electric arcs shoot through between the bars, and we see that like silhouette, the black silhouette with the Kirby mark lightning all around you. And please take a powerful blow.
Yeah, and
rolling plus conditions marked.
Good thing I cleared one of the conditions before doing this, at
Yes,
least.
indeed.
All right. That's a 9.
Ooh, a 9. Okay, on taking a powerful blow with a 7 to 9, you choose one. You can lash out verbally, provoking a teammate to foolhardy action. I don't know who here would take foolhardy action amongst your team. You seem to be the queen of that. You could give ground, and your opposition will get an opportunity. You can struggle past the pain heroically and mark 2 conditions.
Here's, I guess, does it count as provoking a teammate to foolhardy action if they were probably going to do it anyway?
Yeah, I'll
Cool.
let you slip past that one.
So like she stumbles back, grabs onto the wall and says, "Pietro, portal's still open. Get through it."
This is costume time. It's Quicksilver, and just like that comes out as like a zip, and he's through the portal.
Awesome. Not even a roll. You're there. You're on the other side of the portal.
I imagine
Yeah.
as he's going, he's aiming to this will probably require a roll. To kick Spiral right in the chest and be like, "Hey, I heard you called me, pretty lady."
Ooh, nice. I love that. That's awesome. You're directly engaging a threat with violent flirting. I don't know what it is, but we'll figure it out.
Dos. Dun. 11.
Awesome. When you get through the portal, not only are you attacking Spiral right away, you see that the spear has landed against the back wall of the control room, and that the remote control is falling into pieces because Andromeda did successfully attack that remote with full
Andromeda,
thrust.
you succeeded. Just like called behind him as he's
Sweet. So you, wow. Okay, that appears to be an 11. Oh
Yes.
my.
So-
So on a 10 plus, you get 2 choices.
I am going to resist or avoid their blows. And I'm also going to impress the opposition because this feels very Pietro.
It seems on brand. I would agree.
Yes, this feels very on brand.
Cool. So you resist to avoid the blows. I think the swords, you are able to duck all 2, 3 of them, and you see the shadow. Right. I love the spiral helmet that she wears. So the shadow hiding her eyes just a little bit. You see a bit of gleam and this smirk that happens when you knock her back. She's probably more impressed than frightened, but that was an option. So yeah, I think that's exactly what happens. She slams against the wall and says, "Oh, good. This is good. Can you close the portal so that only you and I can do this?"
What? No. Other people get in here.
Nice. Cool. So she
that-
you thought she could just
that
trick
was
you
so
into
cool.
closing the portal, but you're far too
No.
smart. Amazing. Squirrel Girl, you see this portal open up. You felt a gust of wind, and you hear from Tippy Toe that I think Pietro's going to die.
I'll say not on my watch. I'm leaving in.
Nice. Sweet. So you jump in. Mojo is the director with his eyes pulled back in some weird Clockwork Orange style on those weird spider leg robot things, quickly moving away, clink, 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 and screaming, take care of them. No, leave. And the aliens are popping up from their control room seats and pulling out large blasters. What do you do, Squirrel? Oh, also Quicksilver and Spiral are fight flirting. So what do you do?
I'm going to leap atop Mojo. So that if they try to shoot me, he's in the vicinity.
That's amazing.
But I am going to try to talk to Mojo as well. Look here, mister, you can't just kidnap people and expect them to do what you want. If you if there's any room for negotiation where no one gets killed, you better talk quickly.
Wow. Okay. That sounds amazing. Now, there are two options I see here. You could be trying to provoke Mojo, but then that means we have to allow that he's susceptible to your words, which I'm not entirely sure is like. I don't know. Well, I have to be talked into it. The other option is that you could be standing strong while dramatically under fire right now, and attempt to engage this threat with Savior, which is more interesting to you.
It could also be a Pierce the Mask, right?
That's true. That very much so. There's a third option on the table. Sorry, but what's your intent? You're trying to. It sounds like you're trying to talk him down, but that's it's not exactly his language, so it's going to be a little more difficult. But if you wanted to pierce the mask while landing on him, that sounds pretty great too. What are you interested in?
Good question. All right, let's see. All right, so her team's in danger. She's trying to end this. I think pierce the mask by trying to get him talking, and if he's talking, we're not fighting. And
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like if and finding out what he wants so that we can end this peacefully. All right.
Awesome.
All right. Let's see.
To pierce the mask, you're going to roll plus mundane. You are supremely mundane.
10.
Wow, y'all are just the dice are hot. That is awesome. So on a 10 plus with piercing the mask, you get to ask 3 questions.
How could I gain influence over Mojo?
Wow. How can you gain influence over Mojo?
Promise
Get him
him you'll-
viewers.
Promise him you'll star in your own Squirrel Girl series.
Yeah, get him viewers, get him eyeballs, get him, because you realize he's effectively a minor god who subsists on the worship or eyeballs of viewers. That's why everything he does is viewed through the lens of making things into a popular show. Does that help? Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, cool.
All right. How could I get his character to let us go peacefully?
Let you go peacefully. Convince him that there is some amazing new TV show that you guys would be starring in by going out of his weird hamster trail of odd mojo shows. Like, agree to be filmed. Everything that you do to be filmed when you guys go back to Earth. That would work.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the direction we're going. Can I hold that third question for a future interaction with him?
Sure. Don't expect me to remind you of it because I will
Gotcha.
not be able to.
Right.
I will forget it as soon as we finish this conversation.
Right.
Sweet. So you're being tossed around as his spider legs are doing some herky-jerky dance. A few of his control room folks, maybe they were passed over in the last round of reviews and annual raises. They're firing on you,
Gotcha.
but missing. Because they have the aim of stormtroopers. Only stormtroopers are quite that precise. Betty Carter, in your Hydra Stomper, you see that everyone has left you behind in jail. Oh no, Andromeda's still here, getting shot at.
I didn't go through the portal.
Getting lit up by
Getting
Doombots.
Yes.
Betty, what are you doing?
She saw Pietro and Doreen go through the portal, which is excellent because she figures they'll be able to get information, and is still got her scanning device like there and is coming out, but I think she's looking over the Doombots and she's looking for a weak spot and I think I want to use the tactical genius move where you can point out an obvious flaw in a known foe's plan.
Mm-hmm.
And on a hit, you're right, and on a mixed success, there's a couple options. But I
Cool.
think
Just to be
she's
clear, you're pointing out, just the way the move's written is you're pointing out what the flaw is, and then you roll to make it true, kind of. Which is, I think
Yes.
is awesome.
Yes, so I think that she's going to be scanning them for basically like blind spots, and I think she's looking and is like calling out to Andromeda, like, if you get them here, like, you know, she's basically like, get behind them, and then you can like hit them right there, and they don't, like, it's the one either weak spot or blind spot where they won't register in their vision in the same way.
Okay.
So I think she's like giving her advice
Nice.
on where to get.
Right, and
All
you
right.
need a teammate to pull off this move, right? Like this is a move where you do the tactics and someone else is taking advantage of what you've pointed out.
Oh, and I have a 9. Oh gosh, and I can't use team to boost that, but also
Well, you know what? You could.
oh what?
I muted myself somehow. Okay. You know what? You could. That's twice. You could use team selfishly here.
Oh,
So what you can do when you use team selfishly is you say, okay, I'm going to do this thing. You spend a team. You then will move your labels. You can do this after a die roll. You move one of your labels up, like you would need to move Savior up to give yourself a +1, and another label down. But then it's up to you to describe how your actions ignore or possibly insult one or so of your teammates.
true. Well,
I wonder how giving orders could, possibly ignore or insult a teammate.
honestly, this already happens. One of the 7 and 9 options is you look like a show off and your chosen teammate takes influence over you and you lose influence over them, which I don't think Andromeda and I have influence on each other. So I'm totally willing to either go that
Totally up
route
to you.
or
Whichever way you want to go.
the label one.
Yeah, they're both fun. Which is more fun for you?
I don't want to give Andromeda a condition. So
Oh, but conditions are
I'll-
fun.
okay. 3 of them as you're like the kind. Okay, yeah. You could take a condition then. It says you make your teammates feel like a little more than pawns. I'm sure Andromeda loves hearing orders about advice.
Yeah, I think insecure again. Because I think she's saying like, so what exact the flaw is the blind spots that you're pointing out.
Yeah. Like the angle of attack that you should use. Like if you get behind them, instead of like facing them nobly face to face in battle, you have to like approach from behind and get a little spot in the back of their neck.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I saw that already. Yeesh.
Yeesh. Sweet. So as a result, tactical genius,
I get a +1.
+1 ongoing to act on the information. Awesome.
Here's my question: could I spin this as this is more about unleashing my powers than directly engaging a threat, where like the thing I'm doing is trying to deal quickly and efficiently with a lot of Doombots in a row?
That sounds interesting. Yes, I'm interested in seeing how this goes. Please roll +freak, and don't forget your +1 ongoing.
See,
from
I am
Betty's
strong as
advice.
hell and tough as nails with an unbreakable will. So
Those sound like powers to
mowing
me, so
down-
unleash them.
Mowing down these Doombots is unleashing those powers with the bonus of a little advice from a friend here. And yet, all told, that's only a 5.
Amazing. I am very excited about this this failure. So
Marking potential.
please mark potential. Yes, indeed. You take out a couple of the Doombots, but you tell me, Andromeda, which of one of the two, you get a choice here. Is it that you decide, I'm good, I need to face these things head on, this is an ignoble approach, and that is what causes you this failure? Or is it that by moving around in a way that you're unfamiliar, a third or another combatant is able to get the drop on you?
A non-Doombot combatant.
Awesome. Yes, a non-Doombot combatant.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good to me. More combatant, the more the merrier.
Awesome. So the aforementioned guy who reached into his robotic gut to pull out a remote control also has a large like laser rifle that he fires through the portal as you're pulling off these you take out all the Doombots. But moments before you are able to enjoy the fruits of your victory, you have to take a powerful blow as this huge, like railgun sized, gigantic laser of CGI-ness slams into you and sends you flying across the detritus of wrecked Doombot bodies.
Beautiful. I'm rolling with a +3 because I have 3 conditions.
Indeed. This is going to go well.
That is a 12 because I rolled a 9 and a +3 for the conditions.
Oh, the dice roller did not realize this was bad for you.
Yeah. When you take a powerful blow, roll plus conditions marked on a 10+, choose one. Either you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc., or you lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Why did you keep reading? I know where you're going. Come on. No, seriously, what option do you want?
So
actually 2 options of 7 and 9 is pretty tough too.
I have a thing where it's called Now It's My Turn, where when you take a powerful blow, you may shift danger up and any other label down. I'm not going to do that because my danger is maxed out. But also, when you roll a 10+, if you choose to be taken out, you may destroy something big, hobble or threat, or give people a chance to get out of the area before you fall. So that's got to be it, right? That like, I'm go reeling from this laser blast, and then like just like by force of will, like stay on my feet long enough to like grab Betty and say, "You got to get them out of here." Throw her through the portal before I, just collapse.
Oh man. I was gonna say, like, could it be that you are trying to get everybody out, but instead, because like if you pass out, I can carry you with my mech. Like, so I was like, if you want to hobble a threat here, it with the most noble of intentions, I could still but yeah, I am also a fine being thrown through the portal, but Betty would be like, no, I'm not leaving you behind.
Great television.
Falling into the portal.
Awesome. So Betty and Hydra Stomper are thrown through the portal after a laser came through the hit Andromeda, and Andromeda is dramatically fallen to the ground. Oh man, Andromeda's spent a whole lot of time getting beat down. Hopefully this is character growth time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We snap back to Quicksilver and Spiral, who tried to just like foolishly tell you to like close the portal so it's just you and her time, and you completely disagreed with her logic. Now Squirrel Girl is riding Mojo on his spider bot walker, while various members of the control room are firing blasters at them, and Spiral is getting a little worried about Mojo, who is her boss, and she says, "I'll tell you what, I'll go out with you later. Let me deal with this." You are talking on mute, Kay, I think.
Oh, I'm talking on mute. Jeez,
welcome to club number 2.
Yeah, number 2. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I think Pietro's main objective is to keep Spiral busy.
So
that she can't, get at Squirrel Girl.
Yeah. Well, her full intention is to like disarm you with weird compliments so she can get to the boss. So how are you stopping her from getting to save her boss from the terror that is Squirrel Girl?
The absolute world-defying order of Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I think he's moving too quickly. And he's like, listen, if you're gonna flirt with me, you gotta do it off the clock, or else it's not gonna feel sincere.
Awesome, awesome. Some salary, baby. Everything's on the clock.
That's sad.
It's it might be a little sad. Sweet. Are you hoping to? So what do you want to do? You're just trying to escape her. If you're just trying to escape her to engage Mojo and help out Squirrel Girl, I think you're unleashing powers, really, unless you had a different angle.
Um,
So she's not super fast, but she can like portal hop her way to try to stay near you, unless you're just too fast. I don't know.
yeah, no, let's unleash the powers. I'm just too fast. And like every time I'm like she goes to portal to go somewhere closer, but like I'm in front of the portal before almost as it opens because he does have the ability to like feel vibrations through movement of Earth, so he can feel it even as like the portal opens.
Nice. Roll plus
So
freak.
roll plus free.
Your
No,
freak
nope,
is a
that's
one.
not what I wanted to hit. Thank you, Internet. Ooh, no. No, I stumbled.
Oh. Now, you could selfishly use a team and push your freak up by one. Or you could just mark potential, which is pretty great in its own way. You can
what,
beg for help from a teammate, too.
uh, I'm gonna selfishly use a team because that feels very in character.
Nice. Nice. So you're pushing up your freak to be successful here. What are you moving down?
So I'm pushing up my freak. And I'm probably moving down my mundane because I'm like putting the threat. Although for some reason my numbers are not correct, so I need to double
Yeah.
check that. The heck is going on there?
Huh.
Performed.
Yeah, it was like 2-1. Anyway, yeah, let's
But yes, so he gonna spend the team selfishly, and you can tell me what is unstable about this.
that's true. So you're not marking a condition to keep it up and running. So please just tell me, how do your actions ignore or insult your teammates here specifically, just so they can remember?
I'm not like asking for help, and I'm also uh to an extent thinking less of Doreen's ability to handle Spiral.
Nice. Sweet. So here's how I'm going to say it is unstable. You guys check me if you're like, let's try it a different way. But you outspeed Spiral's ability, Pietro. However, in the doing so, you get those vibrations of various portals, and as you come closer to Mojo, to the point where you can help Squirrel Girl, you see through the vibrations of one of the portals, she's porting not. Like, she's going through other places to get here. And you see home through the portal.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
When we say I see home, are we talking about where all of us came from? Or are we talking about where I'm from?
You tell me. You see home. You get to define if the home is the X-Men Evolution universe or the MCU New York.
I think it's the I think the glimpse is yeah, the X-Men Evolution verse.
Nice. Yeah, you see Frog with his weird like battle suit head thing, and he turns and looks at you it like through the portal and meets your eyes, and his big tongue lolls out for a second. He seems confused. Yeah. We'll cut away from you, and I'm gonna check in with Squirrel Girl as Mojo has been like trying to dislodge you, and also looking back at the control room members who've shot at you, and stop helping. So Squirrel Girl, what do you do?
So I am going to be trying to get that influence over him. And I'm just saying, fight, 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 fight. That's so boring. Your viewers are gonna be so disappointed that it's just a one-note show. You have to you have to give them character development and story arcs that aren't just people punching. Um, and I can give that to you. Um, give us when you set us back, we'll take one of your I Spy thingies. You could see what the life of a hero is. Your viewers will have an insight to something they've never seen before.
Oh man, I think this happens right at the point when he's like finally got hold of you by your big squirrel tail, and he's holding you as you're giving this. And then we cut to Tippy Toe, who's like warmed into part of the spider legs and is biting on some of the wires, trying to help out. But he stops and he's you'll give me exclusive access.
Oh, definitely. Even behind the scenes interviews.
Ooh, I like that because I had this plan for a big fight at the end with some kind of CGI'd monster, and that always works out. But if you're saying a chance for something new and different, perhaps viewers want to vive la différence. Yes, I think no fourth wall breaking though. That didn't work out for She-Hulk. So we should do something different. Romance. I'm thinking romance. Can you work in romance? Yes. He like sets you down and pats your head and stop, everyone, stop fighting. We have an agreement. It was stressful contract negotiations, of course. Real Housewives, but superheroes. Yes, like I've been saying. The pitch meetings. So several of the control room guys, like one guy fires one last shot and it bounces off of one of the spider legs. Then he sheepishly puts the gun down. So I'm curious. See, Andromeda's still like the portal's closing. But Squirrel seems like Mojo is no longer trying to kill you guys or make you star in a show because you're going to star in a show exclusively for him. He's good to go. So let's swing into Betty Carter to see what are you doing? It seems like Squirrel Girl's talked down the villain. I don't know if this is a thing that may happen again.
Yeah, so the portal's closed, so I can't. So is Andromeda
No.
just
It's
locked?
closing. It's like really, really small. It's like dramatically small. That's what I'm saying.
And
Okay.
I have passed out.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Doom bots are like if the bad guy is
Oh, they got all
down-
wasted. They're done.
They
Andromeda
are-
took
they
care
are-
of them. Yeah.
Okay. They are done is the thing. Oh gosh. I think that I'm trying to find a way to get Andromeda out, and I'm just like blanking, but I'm also just kind of like looking over at Squirrel Girl, like, what is this deal?
Does
What does this deal mean for everybody?
does your mech suit have hands that can like shoot out and retract?
I
No,
would love that.
the fist like fires out, and then you have to go pick it
Yeah.
up, and then like no, I'm joking. I just
I
was thinking
like,
of action
wham.
figures. Sorry.
Probably has like some kind of like anchor rope that I can shoot out. I was checking my gadgets. I haven't had a chance to restock my supplies yet, probably because I used 2 gadgets last time. But if I can have I had like a little thing rope that shot out last
Sure.
time. So
Yeah, you roped it back
yeah.
in.
So I hit that to like grab your ankle then.
I think
and,
you're
like,
trying to defend
pull it.
Andromeda from being left behind.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. And I definitely want to know what Quicksilver's reaction is to seeing home. So that's queued up, and that'll happen next.
Okay.
Ooh, delightful. Cool. On a hit, you keep them safe, and you choose one. You can add a team to the pool, take influence over Andromeda,
Yes. That's the
or
one
some
that
other
I-
stuff.
that is the one that I was looking for. Yay.
Sweet. Wish granted. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. So you whoop, yank an unconscious Andromeda through. Then we cut to Quicksilver, who you've reached Mojo and Squirrel Girl, but that portal is quickly closing and spirals in between you and the portal. What do you do?
I think he's almost like paused in shock as he's looking at this portal, and he sees like the toad, and the toads in the jeep that they all like travel in. It's like a beaten up thing, and I think that's what gets him to stop like following after Spiral, is because he like trips up on himself staring into this portal.
Nice. That sounds awesome. Yeah, so Betty pulls an unconscious Andromeda through. Mojo is excitedly talking about this new series. He's going to call Squirrel Girl and the Others, and the Exiles. That's what he calls it. Squirrel Girl and the Exiles. That's what he's titling this series.
It's like, Pietro is very distracted because he would normally like be like, excuse me, no, Pietro and others, like, but he's not saying anything.
Cool. And so what so Quicksilver
Rich,
at this point is looking through to portal. Sorry.
can I take a powerful blow?
Ooh, that's fascinating. Why would I ever say no to that? I think that does shake you to your core. A way home.
Way home.
You have no conditions marked. You're gonna be fine.
It's just a regular roll. At 11.
Oh man, you guys need to talk to your die roller. It just does not understand. It keeps thinking it's helping. On a 10 plus, you choose one. You must remove yourself from a situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or two options on the 7 to 9 list.
I think he passes out.
I thought you were going to flee through it. Oh, that's awesome. I love passing out.
I think it's like we get like a nosebleed kind of thing happens as he like looks back at this like world, and like it just passes, like full damsel in distress passes out, like a la Dickie Grayson, like oh.
That's awesome. Are you guys cool if we like hard cut from there to you getting back to MCU New York?
Yes, but like two of us are being carried.
Of course.
Right, yeah.
So wait, so which one is Doreen carrying is what I want to know.
Yeah, she's super strong.
Is
She's
Doreen
much more strength
carrying
than a
or is
squirrel.
or is Betty like mech suiting both of you? But if
Or is there just a line of squirrels carrying one of us?
oh, I love that. I love that.
Andromeda has to be the one carried by a bunch of squirrels.
Yeah.
Because
Andromeda.
his tippy toe might tell Squirrel Girl, Quicksilver's problematic.
Quicksilver is being like Pieta carried, like for extra drama, like just like full.
Oh yes.
swing.
Especially because it doesn't take him that long to probably recover from passing out, but he's definitely just like letting it take longer.
He's doing the
Nice.
thing where he's pretending to be asleep in the car, so you get carried in from the car.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
And I think as the squirrels like come through the portal and start carrying Pietro out, Spiral will lean down with one of her hands and like cup his cheek and say, "Next time, darling."
The eyes like definitely like you can see them like moving behind at that moment. Like they're not open, but you can like it's definitely registering it.
Like you probably hear Betty mutter, "Well, someone was making friends. Someone found time to make friends."
Nice. And then you guys go through, the portals close, and it stays in the control room. Door opens up, and a very handsome guy with like a blonde mullet comes through. He's wearing this totally dope looking leather jacket, and Mojo says, "You're fired!" Now we cut to you guys. You're in Central
No.
Park.
No.
Well, he's got a better show, so he's gonna ride it hard.
So are we? Can we start to like come to our senses? Those of us who were knocked
Totally.
out.
Yeah, you're waking up in Central Park, but no one. People are grimier. No one's quite as happy, and no one looks like they're from Central Casting. But still,
Is this the real Central Park?
yeah. And then he quickly moves away because you're a giant blue girl.
He's like, right, yeah, no.
These
Oh,
people. These
He
people.
turns
they don't
around and he takes his a picture of you with his phone. He's throwing it up on some app.
These people. They are not as pretty.
that's
I think
for
this
sure.
place is real. We made it. We made it back.
Hey Doreen, what kind of deal did you make, by the way? As he's just like sort of stretching, like he's not getting out of Betty's arms, he's just like stretching in them.
I think she's carrying like this. I think. Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry. I think she's carrying like a briefcase that one of Mojo's flunkies gave her, and she says, "The contract's here. I guess we should read it when we get a chance." But
It's printed on like a dot matrix printer, so it's got those little tabs with the little holes in it. And it's really, really long.
You made a contract with that spider-legged freak?
well, I mean, it's better than being shot at, and might be fun actually. And she points to like I think maybe there's a camera eye for each one of us, floating, hovering nearby, and
Mm-hmm.
they just want to know what it's like to be a hero. Maybe we can show them, and maybe we can, convince Mojo that his way isn't always the best. We can inspire people.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Is this
Don't several of you have secret identities?
Yeah, don't you guys have secret identities?
No.
I
question.
mean, I kind of think that, Shield probably doesn't, if they find out about me being here, I'm probably going to be in trouble because of the whole timeline situation. So actually, I've kind of been avoiding being on camera. But is this forever? Like, I think she just wants to like look at the contract and is like looking for a timeline. Like, is this until what is this about natural lifetimes, unnaturally extended lifetimes, and or all rights reserved for
Whoa. I need merchandising rights to myself and approval on that.
This looks pretty airtight.
We'll
We
figure
might
something
need,
out.
yeah. Did any of the camera bots follow us? Like, are
Yeah,
they?
you each have one.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if Professor X is going to allow this in the school with minors. Yeah, can we only like not film for a certain amount of time? We're under the age of 18.
Yeah, I'm sure Mojo is really conscientious about that.
Super into consent, and we might need help. We might need a lawyer. She's like,
A lawyer who knows about superhero stuff.
I got this. I'm going to pull out my cell phone
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to call Charles Xavier. Because I imagine I have been sort of living kind of at the X Mansion as like a part-time student.
Oh my god.
Because if I can't be with Wanda, who else am I getting trusted with?
It's probably true.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. So we cut to the X mansion, the I guess it would be Xavier House for
Yeah.
gifted young academy for gifted youngsters.
It's-
There's like a totally ancient ass looking phone that legit rings, and a blue hand picks it up. A blue hand with, or maybe not a blue hand, but like a gloved hand, with just 3 fingers. Advita Zane.
Wagner. Blue man dude.
Ah, Maximoff.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. I need Professor the Baldy.
You would have talked to the professor? How come?
I need a lawyer.
Ugh,
I'm not in jail this time.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, your
Who
old
of your
phone doesn't
friends
have
is in
FaceTime.
jail? Who of your friends is in jail then?
No, well, so we're in a contract that we need to look at, which is kind of like jail, I think.
You're not legally authorized. I think you're underage.
I
Alright,
am underage.
Charles is a bit busy, but
Tell him a guy named Mojo is involved. I think that might help.
ugh, mein Gott. And then you hear the phone being put down, and I understand that you're having trouble with Mojo.
Yeah, I've been missing. Which first of all, your attendance system needs to be checked because apparently I've been fighting in a fake Central Park with like hot movie theater extras. But he kidnapped us, and that squirrel girl I hang out with sometimes, she managed to talk to him. But now we have a new contract, and there's like bots following us. I don't think I can take it to school with you because I don't know if like a bunch of minors and like legalities. But also, we're stuck in this contract. And Betty, what did you say about unnatural lifespans?
Oh, it's till the end of our natural lifespans, and if they get unnaturally extended, so I don't know. I don't think they shot us through with anything, but in case you need that information, she's just like
Holding the phone out on speaker.
She's just like reading off of the stuff like with her other hand.
Nice.
Like,
so let me check in. Are you the play group? Are we interested in obtaining the help of either Matt Murdock or Jennifer Walters, or do you guys see this going a different direction?
Oh, I feel like 100% the thing to do if we're playing in the MCU and we have a contract problem is to go to one of the established superhero lawyers of the MCU and see if they can help us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, I just out of character did not know if we all just found each other because we're all running around and with different people, because it seems like Pietro is the one who has a base, but I didn't know, and Andromeda is here on her own sabbatical, her own transfer student.
Rumspringa. Sorry, I just caught that.
Exactly.
Telecon
So I don't know
Rumspringa,
if,
that's the best.
Doreen has parents that, or anybody or something, I don't know what our New York situation is like, so I don't know who we would be in trouble with / reporting to otherwise. I assume Betty is hanging out secretly in Bucky's don't talk to anyone or go out or do anything sort of apartment, just kind of stay chill, and she has not done that.
Cool. I think this is a perfect opportunity to answer some of those questions and work them into the contract that you have signed with Mojo for him to film your new reality series, Squirrel Girl and the Exiles.
That name needs to be workshopped.
They've already got a theme song for it.
Oh god, I now hear it in my head. I hear that theme song in my head, and it's a bop. I'm just saying. Sweet. So, Is there anything folks want to do, or do we cut straight to GLKNE?
I am curious, what does Professor Xavier say? Where he's like, Pietro's gotten himself in this situation. What other than getting us there?
Well, Pietro, you will have to seek legal expertise. Mojo's contracts are unfortunately airtight. I'm sure we can work something out. But you're right. We won't be able to allow you to film here at the Academy. I'll send Warren your way. He'll foot the bill.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sounds good. Also, maybe later I saw a portal to where like I'm from, and then I passed out. Bye.
Nice. Good.
Go.
Any other things folks wanted to deal with before hearing from the lawyer that you're gonna have to actually shoot a show? Is anyone against the idea that Mojo is now filming your antics?
I mean, it's very funny if Mojo's filming your antics. It also makes sense the characters would investigate if there's any way to get out of it. But I'm happy if the lawyer, tells us we're stuck unless some improbable thing, like if there's like some interesting escape clause we could find that then like is like more of a long-term thing to deal with than like we can immediately get out of it. I don't know. That's kind of where my head's at.
Like that we have to maybe keep thinking of like tropes and subplots of our own so we can have something going on under the surface would be fun. But I think that Betty probably just wants to call Bucky on the smartphone that she keeps forgetting like that she has and exists, and it's just like, hey, so I'm gonna be at the and she's like getting the address from Pietro about like someone Professor X
That's a question. Where are they going to because he can't go back to the X Mansion, as we've just discovered, because they're shooting an intergalactic TV show and there's a bunch of underage mutants there. So where are they? That's going to be a question, like, where are they technically staying now?
I think it would be funny to just show up at Bucky's place and he comes home and sees all of this. But that's just as a player.
if that's fine, it could be Bucky, it could be Sharon Carter's, whichever you would prefer.
Sharon Carter sounds juicy as hell.
But she doesn't work for S.H.I.E.L.D. So like I'm totally cool with whatever position you want, whether S.H.I.E.L.D. is shielding me or whether I'm being hidden from them is totally fine either.
Which are you more interested in? Oh, sorry, Alexi, you had a thing?
Yeah.
I was just going to suggest we do like a quick montage of each of us like grabbing our things from where we're staying if we're then like meeting up somewhere. But
I like that.
True. I think that I'm probably like, actually, hey guys, we could probably crash where I've been hiding and we'll explain it on the way.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. And we're in Central Park, and like you look, and because it's like we paused the scene, I think the camera flips back, and Pietro's like, "Yeah, that's great." And you see his arms are just full of hot dogs. And he's just like eating, cart hot dogs.
Nice. Cart hot dogs are the best. So we cut to, which is more interesting, the like taking care of the lawyer saying here's a possible out clause, but you're generally stuck scene, or do we elide that and arrive at Winter Soldier's hideout that is totally not a secure hideout now that you're being filmed with there?
I think that maybe that happens while we're on our way to the lawyer. Like we have to go there first and then we go to the lawyers maybe.
Okay.
So cool. I don't want to not have the lawyer scene, but unless we go there first, whichever, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Kind of a non-answer.
Yeah.
Like I want both options. Okay, cool. No
I
problem.
want both
I'll
of
just
them.
choose.
Yeah.
Let's jump to you guys arriving at GLK&H, which is the superhero law firm as featured in the She-Hulk television series, which was, pretty great in my opinion, and I quite enjoyed, but other people decided to hate on it. And I think you're not assigned Jennifer Walters, but instead a man who introduces himself as Pug. He's quite handsome. He's wearing a cool, like, dapper purple suit, and he's got an awesome pair of kicks on because he likes his shoes. And he will read over your contract and offer you guys various snacks as he does so, and finally comes back to say, well, yeah, this is pretty comprehensive. The good news is it looks like you get a stipend. So there's the bad news is that there's some notification of automatic renewing of contract until show is canceled. And then there's some metrics tied into the cancellation. It sounds like your best way out of this to be canceled is to be boring and unwatchable. But I'm not entirely. The words around cancellation are a little vague. It could be a other culture affecting the language. Maybe not full grasp of English. I'm not sure.
So you're saying our only way to escape from Mojo's surveillance is to be boring?
It seems like it, yeah.
That's going to be really rough for me because I don't really do boring.
Impossible.
Yeah.
My life is full of heroic exploits every day of the week. Unfortunately, sadly, our show will be uncancelable because it will be so awesome all the time.
Yeah, I kind of have to go. My only contact in the city is Winter Soldier. And I think does everybody look over at Doreen like, you're our only hope? Doreen, you have to tell us what do we do?
Yeah, Doreen, how do we be boring?
Ooh, ouch! That's a deep burn. I think Tippy says
Well,
something
we're
up
like-
to the lines of, "Oh, Joe, just because you're predictable, you're more boring."
So we're like, you're the only person who has any remote mundane. Like, I don't even know what people do on a day-to-day basis here.
Guys, we have an opportunity here. I mean, we're reaching millions of aliens and letting them know what Earth's all about and what being a hero is all about. I mean, I don't know. I kind of agree. I don't think we can be boring, even if we tried. Well,
Easy
at
for you to
least-
say. They put your name on the show.
Yeah,
Well-
we're going to have to like subcontract that out. That's not exactly acceptable. Mm-mm-mm.
I'm sure when we renew, we can renegotiate.
Renew.
But
Mm.
So we're the Exiles and Squirrel Girl. So really this is your chance, I guess, to show how awesome Earth can be. Maybe you can show us around.
well, sure. I mean, we can just monitor, shield transmissions. I mean, you can do that, right, Betty? I mean, you can eavesdrop on their secret communiques.
She just kind of like crosses her arms and covers it up. I don't have like a way to intercept to tell what Shield's saying. I don't have like a police scanner for Shield stuff, Doreen, but yeah, I'll think of something maybe that's totally different from that. Totally, absolutely.
I think Pietro is going to pause for a moment. Or I could technically also, if we want to make this a little easier on us, he's gonna reach a hand up and touch one of the camera bots.
Mhm.
You know, since we're just extras, I don't know if we need as many, bots watching us. And so one of the things that Pietro can do is, because he can speed up militarizations, he can like blow things up if he touches them by just speeding their molecules up super high.
Yeah,
So I feel like that might be an unleash your powers.
sure. Let's see. That seems like a thing that would be foolproof.
Yeah,
Let's roll the dice just to make sure.
He's upset with how this is going. He's not happy. So he's like, I'm just gonna blow one of these up. That's a 9.
Oh, a 9. So, do you want it to be unstable or temporary, or do you want to, take a condition to make that permanent?
I'm gonna take a condition of angry.
Ooh, that seems
He's not
appropriate.
happy about this.
Yeah, you vibrate your molecules, and then you were trying to just like narrow down the number of camera bots, right?
Yeah.
So there's like
So now
one
there's
left.
there's one less.
Or one less. Okay.
Yeah.
Your specific one was the one you were destroying?
Yeah. He feels unappreciated.
So the rest of us still have camera bots flying
It
along.
seems that is exactly what Quicksilver's done. Yeah.
I think like Andromeda like readies her trident, like she's gonna stab her camera bot, then like pauses, looks at the lawyer man, and says, "Is there something in the contract about destroying Mojo's camera bots?"
It looks like there's a small stipend to replace them, and they'll be back shortly.
She'll like stab her camera bot anyway, but it's clearly like frustrated that there isn't a more permanent solution to these things.
Nice.
You know what?
Oh, you guys get a few points on the back end here, though. That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, it's just some. It seems like after all the processing, there's some streaming rights that you guys will have a few points, percentage points of. It might work out. It does seem like there's some negotiation on possible merchandising, if you guys are into that.
You know what? I think you're right, Doreen. I think we don't go boring. I think we go the opposite. I think we overload them with so many fantastical stuff, so much fantastical stuff that either we're the biggest hit and we can get rid of, or it just, I don't know, it could be too successful. Maybe if it's too successful, other people will learn about Mojo and his exploitative practices. That's what it is. If he wants attention, let's get him attention, guys. Andromeda, do you have any people that you've been dying to like challenge to a duel? Like Pietro, you can like, I don't know, do an eating contest? Like, 'cause you burn calories like nobody's business, right? That metabolism is bonkers.
I could call for a rematch with the Black Panther.
That sounds, yeah, really? Wow. I didn't even know that.
Hey, but the Black Panthers are one of the good ones.
Actually,
we can-
yes.
We should find villains. I mean, like real villains.
Which ones are villains? The Hulk? The Hulk is a villain?
No, the Hulk is not a villain.
Hulk is not a villain, but when
What if we do,
everyone
like,
on the
those-
surface world is like, "Oh no, the Hulk, he's so scary." He's a good guy?
I think so. Does it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pug dude. What about like charity boxing matches? That's like a thing. Can we like do contract work or, like for that? Like do like a charity boxing match with like She-Hulk and Andromeda?
This Spider-Man is a villain. The Daily Bugle, it's always saying he's a threat. I should challenge Spider-Man.
Daily Bugles. That's
That's not here.
no. It's
Is it?
It's
It
here.
is.
Yeah,
It is.
it's if you guys remember in the Star Wars oh my god, in the Spider-Man movies, it's this like super right-wing blogosphere type, and
Oh, and the latest one. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
the latest one. It's
Andromeda, don't
problematic.
read that.
Pug is not a
No.
fan, so
I need to.
Although
I need to know
Betty-
what the threats are so I can challenge them.
Betty's like, although honestly, Spider-Man is the most age-appropriate fight for us, maybe. But no, yes. Doreen, do you have like what is a thing that you've been wanting to do? Like maybe we can put some budget toward it.
Yeah, some
If
sort of drive you want to fulfill, so to speak.
I could see. Let me check that as I talk. I could see Doreen making a list of villains that have not been brought to justice, like as a hobby. So
Like Betty's just like listing stuff with like it has zero like moral component to it. It's just like, well, this would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. So
Well,
Doreen's gonna have
according to TV Guide, it's like Pietro's like flipping through, like he's like gotten the TV Guide channel. These reality shows, there's something called Family Therapy on the MTV that's got high ratings. Something called An X on a Beach, The Bachelor.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
He's just like flipping through popular Survivor. Just popular TV show.
we'd be way too good at that. That's can I no, my mech would rust. Is there a yeah. Yeah, Doreen, if you get us the list, I'm sure we can just find a lot of things to do.
sure, I'll work up a list of age-appropriate supervillains for your show and you to pursue.
Call it like and she kind of looks over Pietro's shoulder at like this stuff and is sort of scanning it as like extreme teen challenge superhero blowout.
And under the table, Pug is sending a hurried text to Warren Worthington. Are you sure about this? And Warren says, Charles said to make sure that they're set up to succeed. I don't think I'm doing that at all. Doing my best, though. Cool.
Oh, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is a villain.
Oh yeah, Dr. Doom.
You were
Yes.
fighting those robots? Yes,
You're
absolutely.
fighting-
That's good.
Yeah,
So
Dr. Doom.
she grabs one of the like camera eyes and like pulls it over to her face and says, Victor Von Doom of Latveria, you are nothing but a poser and a fool in a rattling tin can. I beat 10 of you in space, and now I'm ready to take on the real one. Meet me in Central Park. And then she throws that eye to the ground and smashes it too. So we're down to just one.
Awesome. That's amazing. Yeah.
What's your
Okay.
question? Does that count as foolhardy action that I took without
Seems
consulting my
foolhardy.
team?
It seems entirely foolhardy.
Yeah.
Great. So
Please
I feel a
clear
little
that.
less insecure after issuing that challenge, and I go striding out of the lawyer's office saying like, "All right, I need a swim."
Okay. Wow.
Rich.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to call Bucky about this.
Awesome. So let's take our mid game bio break. This is a good cut to commercial moment.
Mhm.
All right, you've finished your meeting with Pug, and he's done his best to try to help you through the contracts, which are the contract expects you to be entertaining, to get great ratings, to not be canceled, and being canceled seems to be a vague end of your contract, but maybe end of more. So yeah, there's that. And Andromeda very recklessly challenged Victor Von Doom to combat in Central Park.
it seems to be the place where these things happen.
So far, it's been a nexus point for a lot of superhero and supervillain fights. So Andromeda seems hell-bent on heading that way. Squirrel Girl, are you letting Andromeda go? Or trying to do something about that?
Oh, do we want to make this like a high, meet me at high noon thing, or is this like immediate?
Andromeda's already laid down the challenge. It's
Right,
just an
right.
answer of, does that actually go anywhere?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
It will go somewhere.
I'm
Oh,
sure it'll go somewhere. So like I think Andromeda is heading to where she is staying in New York to pick something up. But like she is kind of she kind of like stormed out of there a little bit because I still have angry and guilty marked, right? So I think she's like still got a lot of emotions that she's keeping on the inside. Not necessarily totally successfully, but that's there. So yeah, so she's storming to storming in a particular direction, but people can follow her, and I, as a player, I welcome that.
gosh, that's really brave, but Doctor Doom's like a big time powerhouse. I mean, you're gonna need help, and I'll look at Pietro and Betty.
Doombarts weren't so tough. How much harder can he be?
Well, he's kind of like the father of Doombots, if you think of it that way.
Yeah, but like not all fathers are better than their sons. Just like say, just putting that out there.
Yeah, but he's got a whole country of resources, and I'm sure he's bringing them with him. So we should at least go with you. I can call the Winter Soldier if you need help. I
Wait,
should
isn't he a
probably.
supervillain?
That's a
He's like
complicated question, I guess.
Anti-hero, right? Yeah, anti-heroes.
So you're saying I should challenge the Winter Soldier?
No, I'm staying with him. Don't do that, but also I can call him and see if he's willing to fight you for the ratings. That might be better than Doctor Doom. Like, it's
Are you
like,
suggesting stage a fight? Like I couldn't beat him on my own?
She's like scrolling through like has a thing. I hear that, like back in the day in New York City, sometimes if you want to put a fight on, people need entertainment, but like you don't want everybody to die each time. So like you got to put on a show. He used to talk about that. He and my dad used to like do little like mock up fights, get people involved, and then he'd get knocked out by my dad because it was more entertaining.
Listen to me, Betty Carter. There will be nothing mock about the battles that I engage in. My victories are very real, and you and all the viewers out there, gestures towards the little floating camera thing, must remember that.
Yes, you're right. You're right, Andromeda. I would never suggest that a warrior as glorious as you would ever deal in anything less than the most honorable stakes. And she's like nodding and like pulling something out to like text Bucky, like, please meet us in Central Park in full armor, etc. But it's really nice that for glory you don't need to like put their head on a spike, right? Like to win the contest, it's not like you're fighting them to conquer them, right? So it's not like we're in battle. It's like an honor fight. Aren't the rules of that different?
she's mulling this over as we arrive at her her own, place she's staying in New York, which is of course the New York Aquarium in Brooklyn, where she's secretly, in one of the like, there's like an under construction bit, and so she's just in a tank that doesn't have, that is otherwise, unoccupied, um, uh, and we'll like dive into it and like pull like this like waterproofed bag from behind some rocks, right? And is like taking out little teleconil artifacts and doing something that unclear with her vibranium trident, right? But it's like she's repairing it after the battle they've gone through.
Nice. I love this beautiful aquarium background. All the I imagine this like huge tank, right? One of those tank rooms that we see in the original Aquaman movie. And the rest of you have followed Andromeda here, or no? Seems like yes, maybe.
I definitely have, because we're talking, but if everybody else is doing other stuff, that's fine too.
I think Pietro has wandered somewhere else.
Okay, cool. What about Squirrel Girl?
I think she'll ask Betty to give her a call once Andromeda gets to Central Park. But no, actually, I'll come with you. I'll come with you both.
Nice. We cut to a scene where there's this like crystal ball. It's in a dark, macabre looking bit of Baroque mansion, and it's playing like a television. It's playing the challenge from Andromeda, and we see a metallic gauntlet come forward and caress the crystal ball. We hear this weird, deep, metallic laughter, and then we hear Rich is looking through various voice mods. Sorry, I'm distracting myself with these wonders. Where shall I go? Give me just a moment to find the perfect Doom voice. It may not be perfect, but it's going to be good. Okay, cool. All right, and we see that he presses a button on a little console, and a person's face comes up. He's the person on the display is played by Roman Reigns, wrestler turned actor. So obviously this is his chance to get over by playing this new character in the MCU.
Bull. Doom has need of you.
It's maybe a little much. But anyway, this Doom's voice, and Roman Reigns as someone by the name of Bull Brogan nods. Yeah, no problem, Doom. Whatever you say. And yeah, that's what our little cutscene. Let's check in with Quicksilver. That's the rest of the team. Gone to the aquarium. Where have you gone?
I think he's sort of made his way in Central Park because he knows they're going to show up there eventually as a group.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's feeling angry. And he's thinking about like that portal opening and like why didn't he go through it? Why did he have that reaction? And I think he pulls out his phone and
like puts in a message to send, and it's like SOS P. And he goes to send it even though there's no number because he doesn't necessarily know how to reach Wanda. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so he just sends SOS P, and he writes it and he hits like send messenger, trying to reach his sister.
Nice. You send that out in a very Guardians of the Galaxy moment. We hear SOS playing in the background by ABBA. And yeah, I think as you're there at Central Park early, you see pulling up and parking nearby, heading out with the fist clenched, is none other than Roman Reigns in stunt casting as this newly introduced character, Bull Brogan. And you get a weird feeling about him, Quicksilver. He just seems like he's here to make trouble.
Yeah, and he looks at his phone and like the message, and he sighs. And he's gonna look up and be like, "Oh, this probably makes for good TV." And he remembers during the fight that he took out some power lighting cords that took out some electricity in fake New York. And it was like, if it was good for the show then, it's good for the show now. And he'll, as he's waiting for his sister, he'll go for some electrical wiring to take down and go.
Awesome. By the way, just so Pietro remembers, you spent a condition to take out that camera bot. You're not on cams right now because you killed your camera bot. Okay, cool.
He doesn't remember that. His attention is far past that.
Awesome.
He's just angry. Like, this guy's causing trouble. And frankly, you know, it would help me feel better when my sister's not answering and I can't go back to the X mansion and I didn't go home. It's gonna be tussling with this schmo.
Amazing. I love it. It sounds like you're throwing yourself into foolhardy action. Are you looking to relieve a condition, perhaps?
I don't think that's what mine is.
Oh, you don't think you have that one?
Which one do I have? I have angry, so it's...
Pietro just has insecure marked, in a phantom way at all times.
At all times. A phantom way. He's always insecure. That's sort of just who he is as a human. Or not human, I should say.
Well, when you hurt someone.
When you hurt someone, it breaks me important, yeah.
Nice.
Or breaks something important, like, the power structure of New York City.
Oh, you think so? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Or at least some of New York City, as he takes down like some power line wire to try and grapple this guy.
That sounds amazing. You do exactly that. Yeah. It's a little bit of brownout happens in near Central Park, which of course is where very rich people live, so that will cause a problem.
Pietro's like, shrug.
Whatever. Hashtag
Whatever.
shrug. Cool.
Shrug.
Good. So let's you grab those power lines and you're heading towards this guy who looks not pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And
imagine that's directly engaged, probably.
Yeah, I just so we're clear, in case folks are like, I don't know who Roman Reigns is because I keep referencing it as if he matters. But if you don't watch wrestling, you're not going to have any recollection or idea of this name. So I'll just quickly show a picture. There we are. There's Roman Reigns. He's got this awesome, cool looking tattoo thing going on. He's pretty handsome. He's not bad looking. I like it.
So now he's in the MCU thanks to us.
He is.
Good job, us.
Cool. So you're directly engaging a threat. Let's see how this goes as he notices you coming running up towards him, but only vaguely aware. You're definitely got the drop on him.
The blur is the reason he notices is the blur is like, hey, pretty boy.
Oh, nice.
It just, it's a 13.
Wow. That's amazing. On a hit, you'll trade blows, but on a 10 plus, you get to pick 2.
Yeah. So I am going to take something from them. which is going to be his non-grappled status. his, his stability, his non-grappled status, as I just wrap him in this electrical
Taking away
wire.
his mobility. Got it.
Yeah, take away his mobility. He's locked away in this electrical wire. And I think I'll also resist or avoid their blows. And I kind of imagine what this looks like is something along the lines of like Roman Reigns, the bull's head turns as he hears, "Hey, pretty boy." And like a second later, we just see like almost like a cartoon, like the as he like spins and these black wires wrap around him. And then he's kind of like on the ground and we just see Pietro like sitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the classic like position with his fist. It's like, huh, that wasn't actually that challenging.
Nice. I like that. That is not at all diminishing or insulting to Bull Brogan, as he will growl menacing at you and says, "I'm sitting here to fight some blue witch, not some poncy white-haired idiot."
So Ponzi and white-haired are correct. Be careful who you're calling an idiot, as he like grinds the back of his shoe into this guy's knee. Because I'm on top of you. And she invited Doom. Not you. Don't look like a Doom to me.
She's not worthy of doom.
Well, you're not worthy of me, so I'd be careful of your assessments. Seems kind of off. You may want to take like stats again. It's
Listen,
a hard class.
kid, you got the upper hand right now, but only right now. You're doing nothing but causing trouble for yourself. Just back off, and I'll forget that you stuck your nose in this. And he's trying to tell you how the world works, and he does have influence over you because he's a grown-up.
Label shift.
That's right. So he's looking to shift your labels. Do you? And just so you know what you're denying, he is going to try to up your mundane to 0, and
Ew.
lower your superior to 0.
Gross. I'm gonna
Reject-
deny that.
You're
Reject
going to
that.
reject that influence. All right, roll flat.
An 8.
Okay. Let's go to our influence rules real quick to remind myself. All right, when you reject someone's influence, on a 7 to 9, you choose. Well, on a hit, you successfully hold yourself and tune them out, which means you don't. And you can either choose one, clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove him wrong, or shift one label up and one label down, your choice, or cancel Bull Brogan's influence and take +1 forward against him.
I'm gonna mark potential. And I think Pietro immediately was like, oh yeah, I'm not, this is just a coincidence. Yeah, come on, buddy. And he's just like sitting on top of the guy and he's like putting his full weight down, which is, probably not actually that much, but his full weight down on this guy. And he takes his hand and he puts it where his head is and he pushes his face into the ground. And he's like, come on then, buddy. This is, yeah, prove me wrong. I've got you pinned here to the ground. Tell me that I, Pietro Maximoff, son of Magneto, this whole, son of Magneto, son of the place, displaced by time, here against order, does not have you pinned to the ground. I am the Quicksilver.
Nice. Now, which option did you choose? That was awesome. I just want to make sure I hold true to
it was the
what you
mark
chose.
potential and then act in defiance of their label.
Nice. And yeah, you do that. Your foot shoving him down, and he's starts kind of wriggling around, and then shoves on the ground very hard, and you hear like a crack along the pavement where you had knocked him down. He's shockingly strong, and he is going to try to break out of all the wires and cables you have around him and throw you off of him. Let's cut to the aquarium, because the big fight's about to happen there. But let's see what's going on with the rest of the team.
Yeah, so I think Andromeda will say, if you two really want to back me up, then you need to be prepared. uh, and, and she will do like a whistle and then unexpectedly summon a tiger shark to just like launch itself out of a tank at Betty as she says, catch. And this is training,
Okay.
Amazing.
just so you know.
Fantastic. Yeah. She's like, what? And just like, I think throws an arm up. Do I need to like roll for a powerful blow though, even if it's training?
Yeah. Like, do you
I mean,
disagree,
you don't-
Alexi, that seems like a powerful blow that should be taken there as part of training?
I mean, maybe her reflexes are
It's-
fast enough and she can directly engage the tiger shark. I don't know.
Do you want to just take a powerful blow, or is Betty
Oh.
Carter able to react?
Tiger, my sound, it said, I thought it was tank. I thought it was like a water tank or something, but this is like an actual shark.
No,
but
it's a
okay.
tiger shark.
A
coming
shark
at you.
has leapt out of a tank at you because I'm using my Atlantean animal communication.
Yeah, I will directly engage the shark because I'm like, whoa. She's probably like diving for it to grab it. We're flat on this. Let's go. It's an 8. We're trading blows.
Okay, yeah, you are definitely trading blows with a tiger shark. I think the tiger shark blow is to bite you. That's kind of his
Okay.
whole deal.
I think she just gets a thing like an arm in front of it. So like it probably just gets its teeth all up in some of the like gears and pistons and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll see. Cool. Awesome. So you resist taking any harm from the tiger shark biting into your carapace.
Doreen,
Like-
get in there. Don't leave your teammate alone. Don't leave your teammate to flail. Help her out.
If this is a thing with animals, this might be your deal, Doreen. Wait a
I'm
minute.
Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel
I'm gonna grab-
girls. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the shark tail and
Doreen, we don't need to do that.
That's tippy toe.
There's a tippy toe voice
I love it.
There's a tippy toe voice now. I couldn't resist.
Oh yeah, I grab the shark by the tail and try to swing it back into the tank.
God, this is great. I think that the shark will react by trying to bite you, so you should directly engage a threat.
Cool. Alright.
Oh wow. I
This
just
is bananas.
just had to follow my instincts here.
Roll plus danger, unless you think you're standing strong dramatically under fire.
I think so. The shark's
Sure.
trying to bite me.
There's a tiger shark trying to bite you. That is all true.
9.
Okay.
Can I spend team to
You certainly
give
can.
to bump that? I'm like, okay, and like I probably hit some button that like pops something off so that it like loosens the shark's hold on me a little bit.
Okay.
So it makes it easier for Squirrel Girl to.
Awesome. That pushes you to a 10. You get 2 options. You're currently trading blows. You can resist or avoid blows and take another choice, or you can choose any of the others from directly engage a threat.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll resist the blow and I will frighten the shark.
Awesome. How do you, Squirrel Girl, frighten the tiger shark? It's happening. I'm just curious. What is it about Squirrel Girl that is terrifying to this tiger shark?
I think oh gosh, let's see, the tiger shark. I'll toss it into the tank with the electric eels. Just and yeah, I think it's just like totally confused as to what I am and what's happening, and doesn't know what one in the world is
Yeah,
going on.
sploosh! The tiger shark is now in the tank with the electric eels and dealing with that. Seems Andromeda. Like, you've taught your team how to fight better. Good job.
Yeah. Andromeda will be like, heal, eels. And I call the eels off as she then turns to the two of you. Nicely done. I'm impressed. You need to work on your form a little, though. That's she's like, trying to like correct Betty's form for like the type of block she was throwing up, right? But she is pleased with your ability to weather a sudden tiger shark ambush.
Okay. Because that's gonna happen in Central Park in the forest. She's
Always got to be prepared.
Amazing.
You're right.
So now, mechanically, it's unclear whether I can do this with more than one person at a time. So I'm going with Betty for the moment, where I'm writing your name on the line for fastball special. When you train with someone, write their name below and hold 3. Spend hold to use your team training to give them a +1 forward when you work together. So it's like additional team just for me, boosting you based on our training.
How about this? We'll still say it's a hold of 3, but you can split it between Squirrel Girl and Betty. We're on 3
Beautiful.
sessions, so I want to see this in action anyway.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I will note that.
Yeah, because Squirrel Girl is a natural with the. She didn't need any correction. My form was off.
Okay. Cool. After you guys have trained, I guess we'll bring that scene to a close, and we're gonna cut back to Quicksilver fighting against Bull Brogan. Sound okay?
Can we say we're on our way to Central Park? So
absolutely. You'll show up whenever it is dramatically appropriate, or whenever you declare it to be so. I'm kind of envisioning Quicksilver, like when we cut to this, that Bull Brogan has a street lamp like a big baseball bat, and Quicksilver is busy dodging out of the way of that when we cut in. Are we cool with that? Does that seem interesting?
Yeah, I imagine like we see like dodge, but then we see him leap, and he's just like on the street lamp, like standing on it on his tiptoes.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. And he's holding it, right? He looks at you, he kind of wiggles it a little bit, trying to shake you.
He goes up and down with it, and he's like, this is really boring. Do you want to just lay down again?
No! Get out of here! I've got to kill that blue girl!
You're not killing the blue girl.
Fine, beat her up, whatever, women's lib.
Ew. And he just says ew, and then I want to kick him in the face.
Nice! Directly engage a threat.
Then I just want to kick him in the face. I'm just like, ew. That's gross.
He's not great.
Ooh, 7.
Okay. You're going to trade blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want? You get one choice. What do you want to do?
I want to take his dignity by kicking him so far that he just like fucking goes. Humbles into a fountain or something.
Sweet. Okay, so you want to take his dignity. That's wild. So you do some kind of speed kick that adds more force than he could have anticipated. I think what he does, though, because you're trading blows, is he's going to fling the street lamp with your foot still on it, right? And you'll skip across a bit of Central Park, and then the street lamp rolls and slams into a cotton candy vending machine, and people scream, and there's bystanders here.
Sorry.
And he splashes into the same fountain that we saw earlier, except in fake Central Park.
Yes.
And you apologize, and then we hear this odd like humming sound, and a rope like wraps around you, Quicksilver. It's obviously not, dude, you just pantsed pretty badly, but a rope, just like it's a snake, moving very quickly, starts to wrap around you, and we see that there's a guy who, I mean, we can't say he's Kamal Nanjiani because we already have him in the MCU, so Rich needs to look in some casting for someone who would be awesome in the role, but nevertheless, he's like using some kind of weird rope trick magic on you to try to lash you down. What do you do?
Excuse me, who invited you? Just as he's like tugging at this rope.
What, you've never heard of the terrible trio? He says, as he's trying to wrap you up.
No, and honestly, that sounds kind of boring. Workshop the name.
It's much better than Squirrel Girl and the Exiles. I've done my research.
Ew. That's also a bad name. Just like as he's like tugging at these ropes.
Awesome. Let's see you unleash your powers to use your speed to keep from being wrapped up.
I came here for quite a 10. I came here for like quiet contemplation and bullshit before this stuff popped off, and you're here early, and you're not even the right guy. As he's just like completely like tears this rope away with his 10 on his unleashed.
This sounds awesome. Yeah, you totally do it. You're much too fast for this guy's rope trick thing. It's it's not amazing, or at least it's not up to snuff against you.
Hashtag canceled, my dude.
So, you do that, and now he's trying to like summon up some other kind of something to attack you. You think? What do you do?
I think I'm just gonna toss him into the fountain with his friend.
Wow.
Just pointing out, he said the terrible trio, and you've only seen 2.
Listen, his attention span is not that good.
It's true. It's true. Awesome.
I'm just gonna try and throw him, I guess. Yeah.
Sweet. Go ahead and directly engage the threat here.
11.
Amazing. The dice are continuing to be hot.
They are continuing to be hot, and I want to. So obviously, I'm gonna. Let's. Yeah, I guess it's a bit of avoid blows, and I want to. I want to kind of frighten them, as this guy gets thrown into it like in pretty quick succession. I feel like he's kind of got the drop on both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, that is frightening. Like he like flies forward and splooshes and slams into Bull Brogan and sputters a bit and says, "Perhaps we've bitten off more than we can chew." And Bull says, "Well, we're manufactured to fight the Fantastic Four, and they didn't have a speedster, so it's not really our fault." And then he says, "Yogi, you want a ditch?" And he says, "Yeah, but should we tell Harry?" He says, "Don't worry about Handsome Harry." And they get up and they're out. They're just gonna like blow this popsicle stand. It's way too much for them. What do you do?
Did I hear what they said?
Sure.
If you're actually a Handsome Harry, you might be worth my time. He's like looking around, scanning the trees.
Oh, nice. So you skate around, look at the trees, and then you see leaning against a tree with his arms. He's a rather handsome guy who's just watching all of this go on. He gives you like the guy nod.
The sup.
Yep, he does you the sup.
Pietro just like walks over, is like, "What's your deal?"
It's not really worth mentioning.
If
they're taking off, I should probably go. I love what you've done with your hair. It looks way better in person than on the show.
How you like watch the show? What'd you think of the show? How long did it go on for?
That's kind of a streaming always on thing. I really think you could do with limiting to 23-minute, 24-minute episodes.
Yeah, no, like
you're the star though. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, like exactly, and it's so like ridiculous, right? That they would call it like, and he falls on the singer for this. He's just like, yeah, it's so silly that they would like call it Squirrel Girl, like Squirrel Girl. Like Dorian's great, but she's not like leader material, like
not really. No.
Yeah, no, like she's like have you seen my cheekbones? And he like turns his head.
She's
like
cute, but like at a YA thing, you're the star.
Yeah, no, I am. I have all my angles are good.
Quick-witted.
Entirely.
You've got a whole hero's journey going on with learning humility that I'm looking forward to seeing.
What?
It's good.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's great. Hey, do you want to grab like a slice of pizza?
Victor Von Doom, reveal yourself.
He's like, oh shit. Yeah, let's get some pizza, man.
Yeah, let's go. And
All
I like
right.
start like walking towards a pizza cart with it.
Sweet. So you head out Andromeda, and on the lip of the fountain, which you recognize because it's
Oh, yeah.
the not same fountain as fake Central Park. There's a
It's the
little
place
letter.
where you have fights in Central Park.
It's a fight. It is the fighting place. Is a little letter addressed to hastily scrawled Andromeda.
What is this? I like poke the letter with my trident, hold it up.
It does not attack you.
Open it up.
Cool. So you head over, pick up, and you see it's like 3 or 4 sentences. It says, Doom says you're not worthy of his time. However, the terrible trio doesn't have time for you either. Deuces, TT.
What in the world are the terrible trio?
Does Andromeda have a phone?
No,
Oh man.
Do you?
but it's Squirrel Girl and
Yeah.
Betty are right near me.
I trust Betty to be like level-headed, so I think you get a text from Pietro, like, heads up, some of these obnoxious losers calling themselves a terrible trio were in Central Park, waiting for Andromeda, kicks 2 of their asses, taking the 3rd for pizza. Doom isn't coming.
Well,
Oh yeah, that is
it
sad.
seems that Quicksilver got here first and just shows Andromeda the text.
What? Let me see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text back to Quicksilver, and I'm going to take advantage of my influence to inflict a condition.
Ooh.
Because I'm going to say, Pietro, you sand-brained surface worlder, did you steal my fight from me and then get distracted by some pretty guy?
What are you giving me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What have you got?
I have no conditions right now.
It's got to be.
You ghost have insecure
Wide
all the time.
open.
I think it's got to
Yeah.
be guilty for this one, though, right?
Yeah, that
your,
sounds
your
appropriate.
teammate is just like really upset that you
Yeah.
sniped the fight that she was specifically setting up.
Yeah. And I think Pietro sighs and he's like reads this and like does like a long sigh as he takes a bite of his pizza and he looks up at handsome Harry. And he's like, do you want to fight like a blue lady with a trident?
Oh God, no. I was specifically designed to take out Invisible Woman. I have super hearing, and I know where she is at all times. I've used it to my benefit from time to time, but straight up fights with giant blue girls never goes well for me.
You've been in this position before as he like takes another bite.
Right? Doom, I mean, the terrible trio, we stay loyal to Doom because Doom's a great boss. I get like 8 weeks off every year.
Man, does he give you like healthcare and dental or whatever?
Full medical and dental.
So, like,
It's amazing. I mean, it's Latvian dentists, which is a whole thing.
Can I like see your? Because I'm in a contract now, and that's like a new employed thing for me, and I don't know if like my contract is honestly good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to like compare contrast. Also, is there a chance you can get Doom to go to Central Park? It'll make my friend feel a lot better.
Best I can do is like a supercharged Doom bot. I could call one in.
Yeah, could you do
well,
that? Could you like call like a supercharged Doom bot and just like send it like to the point where we were at Central Park?
All right, is this a one-time thing, or do I get to see you later if I pull this stunt here?
I don't know. Do you like want to see me later? Just to be honest, I'm 17 and I live in a boarding school typically with a bunch of other teenagers. I'm also not from this universe, so like tangentially,
It's the
maybe
17 part that makes me feel a little gross. So yeah, let's see
Don't
if you
know
can
how
provoke him now, because yeah, you're gonna need to provoke him to do what you want.
Yeah, provoke is superior.
The thing that you just got a condition
Beautiful, the thing
for.
that-
Oh
you
yeah,
just got a
this is
condition
the
on?
thing I just got a condition for. So
Yeah,
Rude.
perfect.
Rude.
Oh, it's just so great.
Now it's a -1, which is still a 7.
Hey, a 7, so he can rise to the occasion, do what you want. He says, 17. He pulls out like this Dick Tracy watch and like pops a couple buttons and enters some geolocation. He says, all right, the Doombot's on his way. 17? Yeah. Damn. All right. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't really know. Yeah.
No, I appreciate the full faith and honesty. It's good to know. It could have been weird and sketch, and now
Yeah,
it's
no, like,
just
I'm
a
not-
nice
yeah.
pizza date that we had. It's not actually
yeah.
a date, though,
No,
because
yeah,
that's also weird. We just had pizza and talked. Man. Okay, and we cut to Andromeda. Squirrel Girl, what are you doing in Central Park where there are legit living squirrels here who are excited to see you?
Oh, I'm doing like the like police canvas for witnesses. I'm canvassing the squirrels for what exactly happened here, and I'll tell the others.
Nice. Oh, they give you the 411 on Bill. This bull guy is super strong and broke a street lamp and look over there. And then some guy with weird rope powers. It was a whole deal. And then, they tell you that the fast guy left with some person.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're a little late.
Man, I wonder if I think she's gonna pull out her phone to see if Bucky has responded to or seen the text she sent him earlier.
Nice. Yeah, Bucky responds, am in Louisiana. We'll be there soon. Don't break anything.
He was
I think she
helping a friend fix a boat.
Yes, he is. He is exactly doing that thing.
I think she just texts back tall order, but I'll try. And it's like, okay. Sorry, Andromeda. Do you want to train some more? Hey, I can dodge some no more sharks, but I can dodge something else.
She's just like sitting down on the edge of the fountain, just kind of like the like letter is still like stuck to the end of her trident, which is kind of like resting on the ground, and she's just looking.
Cower in fear, blue girl. Doom has arrived.
And like she says yes, and like leaps to her feet.
And like jet boots as a Doom lands in the middle of Central Park, scorches some of the grass. People now are running, like full on running away.
Betty gets a text. I think it's like, "Hey, has the Doombot arrived? Feel kind of bad." Sent Doombot.
I think she goes like, it looks perfect, great. Don't talk to weird, strange men. Like that's the whole.
Nice to handsome Harry before he's like paying for the pizza as you're sending off the text, and he comes back. Do you have an older brother?
No, I do have an older sister.
Thanks.
I mean, so technically it's weird because technically I'm her age, but I'm also from like a different time plane. It's complicated.
Okay.
My birthday is coming up though.
Ooh. He like writes his number.
Your phone is just pinging with with one line text from Betty. Be like, do not flirt with henchman Pietro. Are you seeing this?
Are you like how long is so like my birthday is coming up, but how long is left on your contract until you're not like a henchman anymore?
It's like basically the rest until I'm no longer useful to Doom is how it's written, so could be forever, could be next week.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I mean, he gave me super hearing. It's not like he asked me to do a whole lot.
True.
If you don't, like, I think she's gonna straight up provoke Pietro via text,
but also
and it's like
that older sister I have. If she feels like you might harm me or upset me, she deals with like reality.
If you don't get
You guys are way
here,
out of my league.
I'm out of most people's league. But anyway, I gotta go. Thanks for the pizza.
Nice. So you were. It sounds like. Do you want to roll the provoke? Because there's always a possibility of getting potential.
Well,
I
I mean,
think
yeah, roll the provoke. Yeah.
I think it's just like if you don't get here, I am taking all of the credit for this fight.
I already beat 2 people and I wasn't even on camera. And he just like, I gotta go.
Woo!
And he's gonna
Well, that was a 12, so I guess it was
Wow.
convincing enough because you're not even on you weren't even on film last time.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah. This is why the show should be named for me, but it's not even.
And we immediately
I
cut
get
to
named.
Andromeda. What is it that you do to land the first blow against the Doombot? Not die rolling, just like cutting to immediate action scene. What is it that what's your first blow that you strike against the Doombot before he hits you back?
Yeah, I think I like tossed something out that was in my little bag I picked up at the aquarium, and it's one of those like water blast bombs
Yes!
that the
Oh
Telecon
god, I
use.
love those.
So it and she throws it at the fountain so that like the fountain water is like blasted out too. So there's this basically huge sphere of water suddenly expanding that like hits the
Nice.
Doombot with its
Oh, that's awesome. Boom, he throws it back. We have that slow motion water explosion look there. And the Doombot poof, 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 slams into the same tree that Handsome Harry was leaning against earlier, and it cracks a little bit. Several squirrels drop and run multiple directions, and then the Doombot pops up like it's not even a thing.
I told you. Doom has come.
And then fires with the weird, not Iron Man repulsor blast, but concussive weapons and energy projection towards you. What do you do?
I'm gonna do like a spin my vibranium trident to shield myself from the blast.
Nice. Unleash your powers, otherwise you're going to take a powerful blow.
All right, let's try it. That's a flat roll for me.
Ooh. Your freak is flat?
My freak is flat. It's a 10 though.
Oh, man, that's awesome. You absolutely do it. Wow. You deflect the blow with supreme skill. It's not all the world, because this world, it's on streaming on, it's like mostly in Russia, but in the Mojoverse, they're all watching you fight Doom himself. What do you do?
Yeah, I think I have to. I think I have to invoke my exploits to threaten someone, as I say, you may rule some pitiful nation in the surface world, Doom, but the might of Tolokan is far beyond your comprehension. I, a mere soldier, once swam Niagara Falls upstream.
Nice.
So I'm gonna roll with danger for my threaten someone with your exploits move here. And and my danger is up at +3, so that's nice and strong. It's a 10.
Wow. Okay, so what happens on a 10? I'm actually trying to find, where's this move?
Oh yeah, sorry. It's in my extras.
Oh, in the extras? Okay.
I am gonna put the relevant
Thank you.
text in the chat too. So on a hit, they must back down or prove themselves against you before threatening others.
Oh, sweet. So you're like all on me is the thing, right? That
Yeah.
is what that's all about. Doom has no problems whatsoever focusing only on you.
Doom cares not for the falls. The only fall shall be you! To the ground. After defeat.
And then jetpacking forward to try to land it, focusing wholly on you, ignoring the threat that is Squirrel Girl and Betty Carter.
Yeah, cool. So I'm happy to tango with souped up Doombot and see what the others do.
Awesome. So the two are tangling. I'm curious, Betty Carter, what are you doing?
I am. She's doing really well. I'm one of the only ones that knows this is a bot right now, unless so I think she's not entirely worried, but looks at Squirrel Girl and is like, do you want to like kind of gestures like I could throw you into there if you want to get involved, like like kind of makes a thing like, hey.
Sure. Yeah. That Doom's gonna. Yeah, we can't just stand by and watch.
And you can come from above while she's got him distracted over here, right?
Sure.
Exactly. And I'm trying to think if this is a freak. If you yeah. So this would be I think Unleash Powers, where I'm like trying to find a correct spot to kind of like chuck Squirrel Girl in to distract Doom from behind.
You also we could just go unless you really wanted to roll Unleash Your Powers. We could just say that's you setting up to use team for Squirrel Girl doing a thing too.
That is kind of that's definitely the vibe that I'm using. It's kind of like I want to create an opening. So if you want to like just sort of like she's setting herself up to be a springboard of some kind. If Tippy Toe or Squirrel Girl has a different way they want to use that, that's totally fine.
So, Squirrel Girl, are you directly engaging Doom? As far as you know, this is Doom, the Latvian ruler, a sorcerer, and a genius intellect inventor. He's like almost as smart as Riri Williams.
Yeah, this is yeah, I mean, I can't stand back. I mean, I can't, just watch. So all right.
You did that cool thing with the shark earlier, is I think where her mind's going. Like,
Doom doesn't have a tail. All right.
Does he have a cape though?
He has a cape. He has a cape.
Right. Let's do it.
All right.
Is this a directly engage, I guess?
Feels like a directly engaged threat. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll spend from my hold from the training to give you +1 forward on this.
Nice.
Yes.
And then Betty's already set up to spin team to give you another +1.
I don't think I can use my my move because I don't know that.
Because you're not under fire.
Right, because you're attacking from from the side. You're not under fire.
True.
Yep. All right, so I'm rolling at a -1.
But you're getting +2 the team for me, and then the +1 from
Well, you
Alexi's
can spend the
training.
team. You can spend the team after the roll. So
Yeah, you can wait.
Oh, okay.
Save the team and see.
So you're rolling at a -1, but if it will make it better, then Betty's already set up to use a team to help you.
Oh.
All right. Cool. 8.
Cool. So a +1 would just make it a 9. Might as well save the team. On a 7 to 9, you trade blows, but you get to pick one option. So we have the like camera shot up in the air, and we see the fluffy squirrel tail of Squirrel Girl coming down from Betty Carver's little fastball special action, and you slam into the Doom. What option from directly engage a threat do you want to hit?
He's jetpacking. I don't know that I can get the leverage to actually throw him over, but I'd land on his back. I'll grab his cape, and I just kind of like wrap it around his head, to
Mm-hmm.
make him blind. I'm gonna create an opportunity for Andromeda.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you do realize that means he's going to land a blow on you. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, that's
All
cool.
right, awesome.
Yeah.
So what he's going to do is unleash his force lightning.
Right.
As he electrocutes you, and we flash to the Doombots in Mojoverse who electrocuted Andromeda before, and I need you to take a powerful blow. Oh yeah, and we cut to Pietro and Betty both watching Squirrel Girl get electrocuted by the Doombot. Doom
Ooh, that's
by Doom.
nasty.
Oh
Right.
no! Don't roll another 11. Come on.
He's eating like popcorn from the
Wait,
not popcorn,
is that what you?
That's what I rolled.
Oh no! Oh, you kept the same
No.
text.
Oh,
Oh no! It is
no.
11. Oh, that's harsh. That's so harsh.
And team can't help with this because you want to roll low.
Right. Right.
Eats.
So on a 10 plus, you have choices. You can remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the 7 to 9 list.
Well, I was doing it to give Andromeda an opportunity.
Which you still will.
All right. Uh, I'll give ground, and I don't know how that's gonna play. Opposition gets an opportunity. And I'll mark 2 conditions.
Ooh, wow. Awesome.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay. So you open yourself. You like slam into Doom and crunch his armor just a bit because you have the proportional strength of a squirrel, which makes you very strong. I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. And it distracts Doom. And Doom, after you wrap around him, he force lightnings you and then grabs you. I don't know if I do the grab the tail again. So maybe he just grabs you by the scruff of the neck and like starts trying to slam you into the ground. He's very distracted by this as he says,
Doom hates squirrels, hates them.
and yeah, he's really mean, and you're giving ground, so he's wide open for a possible response
Yeah.
from Andromeda.
I gotta take this, right? So his cape got pulled over his face, right? So he can't see.
Yes.
Yeah. So I take a running start and try and slide tackle him into the fountain so as to like move this fight underwater.
That sounds amazing.
Nice.
It definitely will work for you and not work at all harmfully against a Doombot. I love this. Please directly engage a threat.
All right. Let's engage.
Peter just sidles up next to Betty, eating cotton candy from the machine he knocked over earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Came to a 9.
Okay. Do you want to act selfishly and push that to a 10?
I can't, right? My danger's already +3. There's no give there.
Oh, that's
move up
true.
my
You
danger.
would be pretty messed up if you did that. So it's just a 9. You get one option.
Yeah. Impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, right? Like I want him to feel like this is going badly for him.
Sweet. So I think what happens is that you throw him into the fountain. You're trading blows. His trade is coming up in just a moment.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So you throw him into the fountain. You see maybe his something about his armor. Who knows? He starts like shorting, and there are all these electric things coming out, and he says,
Doom accepts your power.
and you feel that recognition. It's
Yes.
this Doom is right, and then he explodes because he the self-destruct sequence has been initiated by Doom because this Doombot respected you for just a moment before Doom destroyed it.
Because the Doombot respected me,
Yes.
Doom made itself distract.
Yes,
Yes.
That's
exactly
brilliant.
that. Victor Von Doom was like, presses a button on his console, and Doombot explodes. Please take a powerful blow, and then we'll probably move to end of episode.
All right, so power blow from being at the epicenter of a Doombot explosion.
Meanwhile, I think Squirrel Girl is being carried away by a bunch of squirrels from the explosion perimeter, with Tippy Toe with a hard hat directing that way.
Yes.
It's a 10 again.
No.
So
Oh my
I just think it's got to be that like one more time. I'm removing myself from the
Or-
situation by passing out as like like there's the explosion and then you see Andromeda just like standing and swaying as she like cracks a smile with like blue blood streaming down her face. She says, "We won. I beat Dr. Doom," and then collapses.
Nice. Camera
Is one
bot
of us
comes in
gonna-
and like zooms in.
Pietro just like whispers to Betty, "Is one of us gonna tell her it was a Doombot, or are we just not?"
I
gonna say it?"
don't think that's a good idea. I just
Spoiler, I'm adding a lie as an exploit because when time passes I can write a new lie, and I feel like maybe this can count as like time passing between sessions or whatever. So yeah, so I'm adding a lie. Defeated the definitely for real Dr. Doom.
definitely,
Amazing.
absolutely. Yeah.
The camera's gonna zoom. I shouldn't have. I destroyed like 2 other people and took another one on a sort of not date. That would have been good.
You're
TV.
the one. You're the one who blew up that camera.
It's true. That would have been good TV. If only.
Are
All
you-
right. We'll bring this session to a close, just because it takes a few minutes to go through the last bits, and I always like to do wishes and stars. So we will ask, and we'll go starting from the left-hand side of the character keeper, asking. I started to say axing. What is even that? If you grow closer to the team, grow away from the team, or grow into your own image of yourself. We'll start with Squirrel Girl. And this is on row 16 of the Moves tab, in case you need to read over it. But what do you think about Squirrel Girl?
I think I've gone closer to the team. We have a team name. We have our own show, whether it was consensual or not. Yeah, I think I get closer to the team.
To not into your own image of yourself as the leader, as the named Squirrel Girl and the Exiles, who had a key point in bringing down Dr. Doom. You negotiated our contract, unless it was for the team in her mind, and that's like her main thing.
I think it was more for the team. Yeah.
Who made you feel welcome then?
Good question. I think Does anyone have any suggestions?
I threw a shark at you.
You did.
In a friendly way.
You did. You trusted me enough. You trusted me enough that I could defend myself. And not everyone does that. In fact, you're the first person to throw a shark at me. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay,
I'll
then
say
you give
Andromeda.
influence to Andromeda.
And I had that, so I will
shift my
shift your
labels.
labels. I think you're more dangerous than you know, so I'm going to shift your
Okay.
danger up and your superior down.
Ooh, ouch.
Okay.
All right, Pietro, did you grow closer to the team, away from the team, or into your own image of yourself?
I think I grew a bit into my own image of myself.
Okay.
He's still a little lost, but at least he kind of like handled the terrible 3 by himself without really wanting to.
He may be regretting not being closer to the team after this. Maybe that's to
Yeah.
come.
We'll see, but so it's like a bit into himself, even if he's not entirely sure what himself means. So
I am going to shake mundane down and superior up.
Nice. All right, and now Andromeda.
Yeah, I want to say closer to the team for this one. You know, we had some big fights, and the team had my back along the way. I will give influence to. I'll give influence to Betty, who was a we had some tension early on when I felt like she was showing me up, but then we did manage to save each other along the way, escaping from Mojo. So influence to Betty Carter.
Ooh, and I had that from defending you, so I'm gonna shift your labels. Even though you're dangerous, I think getting to see your powers at work with the tiger shark was pretty impressive. So I think I'm gonna bring your danger down and your freak up.
That's probably smart, because if my danger was hanging out at 3, then anytime it tries to go up, I'd take a condition.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
true. It's so true.
That is good. That might be helpful.
And then what
so
about you, Betty?
I know if you grow closer to a team, that's influence with somebody there, and the own image of yourself, is that potential, or you shift your own labels, or both, or either?
Oh, by the way, anyone who's chose to grow closer to the team, you can relieve a condition or mark potential as a result of that. So that is a Benny that you get there. But if you grow into your own image, then you just shift your labels. You don't mark potential.
Yes. I feel like Betty grew closer to the team, and the weird thing is that I feel like, well, Andromeda pushed her through the thing, pushed her to save her, which was great as well. And I feel that, but also, like, weirdly, I think Quicksilver, because she had to, like, not babysit him, but also, like, made her feel more like part of the team. Like, where are you? We're doing things. We need you here. Like, made her feel more like the team and less like Andromeda's gonna go beat somebody up, and Squirrel Girl has put us on a TV show, and it's like, all right, wait a minute, we need everybody around. Like there isn't us here that we need to figure out.
Okay. Cool. So just you saying you're giving influence to?
Yes, I believe. Which I don't. Oh no! You did already have that.
Yes,
okay.
So I get to touch your labels.
Oh boy.
That sounded awkward. I'm just saying. Touch your labels.
I get to switch your labels.
That is fine. I was just like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? Maybe.
So what is Pietro seeing today?
I hauled your unconscious butt out of the Mojoverse.
You did. I think he's gonna
making sure you're not making friends with predators,
He's got bad life choices there. I'm gonna take your danger down one and your mundane up.
Okay, that's fair. That makes sense. Oh my gosh, it would be nice to roll a comfort and support. Man, that -1 mundane is really. I'm so glad that it'll definitely be a star for Rod for doing that comfort and support and Andromeda earlier on, because I was like, I don't have the mundane. I don't have it.
There, now you're at least a little more mundane compared to the rest of us. It's my -2.
Good deal. Okay, that finishes up the mechanical part. Now we'll move to stars and wishes. We start with wishes. so that we can end with stars. Who'd like to go first? Listing with any wishes you have for our. What do we have? 2 sessions? 1 session? How many sessions do we have? Crap. I'm sorry.
3.
Well,
Three.
this
Depends
month.
on-
That's
you
true.
offered-
Oh, this month.
Yeah,
This
you-
month we should have 1 session left
One
because
session
this next Sunday I will not be able to. So we have 1 session left this month, then skipping a couple weeks because I'm going out of town. So
And then
last one
maybe
before a
2.
long break. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
2, maybe 3. Anyway, so think about those wishes as you express them. Who'd like to go first with wishes?
Here's mine. I am excited to see more attempted label shifts. And I guess kind of related to that, more adult NPCs who are invested in the team. But those kind of go strongly hand in hand. That having having the NPCs we know that have influence over us is probably going to result in more label shifts we have to deal with one way or another. And I love that. So I want to put a voice in favor of that.
Thank you. I'll definitely make that happen. I think some folks are going to watch this show and realize, oh, these children need guidance. So.
Well, I filled my exploits up again, which puts me on the radar of my nemesis, who is my father. Thematic tie-in to everybody else's daddy issues.
Yes. Speaking of adult NPCs and daddy issues, I have called upon my father. Or not upon my father, upon my sister. I sent her an SOS, sort of. As well as there's 2 different Magneto daddies who are looking for me. I'm now on TV and/or theoretically going on dates with older, strange, handsome, hairy men.
So many choices.
So many choices. Quicksilver's
than
being
good.
an adult. But also, there are, adult versions of my former teammates who are villains here, such as Lance Alvarez or Mystique, or obviously, again, Scarlet Witch. So those are some opportunities for people who could have seen me or heard shenanigans or things like that. So some plethora of choices. Also, yeah, those are good wishes.
Cool. Thank you very much, Kay.
Yeah, that is a great one, Alexi. The guy, handsome Harry, whose whole deal is super hearing.
So Rod or Danielle, do you have any wishes to share?
No, I like the idea of everybody coming around to the idea that we're on a TV show, and now that Andromeda has led off the bat by look at how cool I can look in a fight. The idea of being pressured to include other types of genres of things, maybe we need to go see more of New York, or the idea of running into trouble while we're doing something else, maybe we have to go do something else, or the idea of a teen drama being tension, there's not enough teen drama between the teammates, etc. could be fun. Also, if the portals make an appearance that has a mechanical effect on me, I have to mark my superior. I either mark a condition or shift my superior down and my danger up. So when you run into your shame, as it were. So that could just be a fun
I was throwing portals left and right. I should have hit you harder with those. I will keep.
No
I'll stay mindful of
problem.
the shame. Thank you for the reminder. Cool. Rod, did you have any wishes?
Yeah, it might be fun to have almost an embarrassment of riches, in the sense that kind of this episode we were trying to figure out what villains can we go after. If next time we have a lot of villains who want to be on TV, make a name for themselves, come to us, and cause more trouble than we were expecting. I think
awesome.
might be a fun thing. Yeah.
Sweet. I tried to have one of the wishes that I tried to fulfill was a team versus team thing, but one team was just a little underpowered, it seems. So Doom with his D-listers, and it didn't work out. So
Pietro is just that good, he says.
I loved how that turned out. That was I don't know if I've ever seen much of the PvP inflicting a condition on each other in a way that felt so authentic to like, wait a minute, my main issue is that you're making me look bad here.
You've stolen my fight.
Rod, you went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Did you have any stars to hand out from today's session?
Yes. Thank you, Rich, for all the voices. and not even just the altered ones, but the German accent and
Oh, thank you.
Mojo was great as well. I love the yeah, gosh, everyone had their own like cool moments. You know, I like Andromeda throwing the trident through the portal um, to destroy the remote. I liked Danielle, or Betty's suggestion of needing a lawyer. I yeah, I thought that was cool. And then just you know everyone else's also attempts or you know efforts to bring in pieces of the MCU. Um, I like that Quicksilver destroying his camera, and then Andromeda has to up that by destroying two. Um, I liked the tiger shark part. Uh, the that was unexpected. Um, I love the challenging Doom. That was unexpected and very very cool. Um, and yeah, and and I love that Quicksilver taking out you know two terrible trio and taking the third one out for pizza. That was great. Thanks.
Did not see any of that coming, and I was here for all of it. And Roman Reigns is very upset. He's in his trailer. It's like, this is not what I expected when you asked me to be a villain in the MCU. But what are you gonna do? That was awesome. Thank you, Rod. Then I closed my thing. Who's next? Who went right before? Was that I think it was Danielle. You would be next. Yes?
Oh, yes. And so I really liked a lot of stuff. Stars to everybody for like negotiating a whole sort of like genre switch on the fly and like putting the pieces of that in place was really cool. So I enjoyed like Alexi, how you like always are great at snapping ambient tension into a very clear direction, like via Andromeda is very brash, so that's like lends itself, but it always feels very in character. Like doing that is difficult from the inside sometimes too, like being like, I'm going to throw a bunch of narrative stuff to people. Your decision to roll with freak instead of danger, because I was on the keeper and I was like, you are flat on that, but you could have totally directly engaged with your +3, but you chose to do the thing that had the less chance of success, and that was like when you like dramatically passed out and stuff, and that was a cool led to that cool moment. I really loved Squirrel Girl's like negotiation of the contract initially, like, I'm gonna hop on Mojo and then I'm gonna just like talk to you, and then it actually give us like this completely bananas way out of it that is like, we're just gonna take your show on the road for you, I guess. Pietro always having food in every scene, which is like, I love how like all the little one note bits and things, like, oh, he's got hot dogs and then he's back. The moment where he's like, he's not getting out of Betty's arms, he's just like stretching. That was like very fun. The texts were perfect. And Rich, just like all of the different NPCs, definitely want to second that. And like the line, I literally had to like write it down, because when Spiral was just like, I'm salaried, baby, everything's on the clock. Just I was just like, what a bananas thing to say, but it was so good. And like being able to toss the things back to the different and different PCs giving wildly different energies at different points. It is really cool.
Thanks. Awesome. Kay, what about you? Any stars left?
Oh yes, so many. I am going to harp upon everyone else. I love your accents, Rich. I think I said this in our other game way back that we did, the original Star Wars game that we did. I think that was one of my stars too, and I give it to you again. I love the German accent. I love the English accent. I like how you can embody such different characters like rather quickly. I think that's very impressive. I love Betty. Betty just has like great teen mom energy. And she wrangles these three rather in my opinion, shenanigan filled characters quite well. But she also she sometimes when you have like in a mask game someone who's a mom friend, they feel too adult, but Betty still feels inherently teen. I especially liked that moment where she kind of like reached out to help for her guardian figure. I thought that was very nice. Then Alexi, I can't harp on it. Like Andromeda's great. She's wonderful. She's everything I want in a himbo. And just delightful. Throwing the trident through the portal was a great idea. Calling out Dr. Doom was such a wonderful little spiral. It was great. I also loved reaching out via the cell phone to give me the condition because I beat the terrible trio or whoever the heck they are. And like you were like, those were my phones. So he sent the Doom bot. So good. It was so good. And then Rod, I love Squirrel Girl. She's just so sweet. I love her and her squirrels, the image of the squirrels carrying people. I like the fastball special. I love how giving she is as a character. And how you portray that and as sort of like through the post and making certain choices. It's very sweet and it's very wholesome, which we need looking at these shenanigans.
Very true. Alexi, bring us home.
Stars to everybody. Really great. Rich, stars for rolling with me, calling out Dr. Doom and coming up with lots of fun fallout to come out of that. Danielle and Rod, stars for rolling with me, throwing a tiger shark at you. Which was ultimately a like what beautiful moment of team bonding. Kay, big star for sending a Doombot at me, because that worked out as like a really like nice gesture in the end. After I had inflicted a condition on you via text in my upsetness. So just a lot of fun, and this team is big problems. So I certainly look forward to seeing them continue to figure out what sort of a show they want to be. Looking forward to telling more stories with this group.
I think one of my favorite things about the text moment was that you texted Betty, but like it's one of those where you have to know that it's not her by the tone, because Andromeda is such a big like just imagining that coming
true.
back as Betty, like sand brain, like
That's true. I was texting from your phone, but I think it was pretty obvious there was Andromeda texting in that moment.
Yes.
Deep friend group vibes.
This was wonderful. I love Squirrel Girl. Like the character of Squirrel Girl is amazing. And if you haven't watched Squirrel Girl Unbeatable Radio Hour, you totally should. But even if you haven't, Rod, you're doing a great job of capturing what I find most delightful about that character. I've even kind of laid some nuggets out of like, I don't know. I think I know how Squirrel Girl might react to this. Does Rod perceive Squirrel Girl? And every time you're like, I'm like, oh yeah, nailed it. So I really dig that, and that's fun.
I forgot. I'm wearing a squirrel shirt. I don't know if you can see
Oh wow!
it.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
What? That's so cool.
I gotta run you guys, but really fun to play.
Cool.
Yes.
The girl of squirrels was my favorite comment, Alexia. I just had to throw that in. Had a really good time. Looking forward to more, and we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.